EAGLES, Eagles.
Welcome in, everybody, to a Thursday edition of Bears 365 here on JAKIB Sports as we inch closer to Super Bowl 59. We are with you with the #1 Eagles Daily Live Show here on YouTube is Birds 365, 8 to 10 a.m. every day. Johnny Mac, how you doing on this Thursday morning, brother, as we inch closer to Super Bowl?
Yeah, back on the field for the Philadelphia Eagles, so that'll be positive. At least there's something going on for real. And they'll have a light practice, I would imagine. It's going to be in Lincoln Financial Field pretty late this afternoon. Yeah, I'm interested. You know, the Eagles have practiced late this season. A lot of it has to do with Vic Fangio and his preference. That's an interesting little tweak I was thinking about because, you know, the Super Bowl schedules are set up by the league and everything ships back to a heavy morning presence from the media perspective, and then they practice a little bit in the afternoon. But see if that changes anything or that because it's not the typical way the Eagles have done it this year. But that's what we talk about this extra week, paralysis by overanalysis.
Yeah, no doubt about it, John.
That's what I was thinking about yesterday. I'm like, boy, the Eagles do stuff late, but that'll have to change in New Orleans a little bit, and we'll see how they handle that.
So you're heading down there today. Practices, I think you tweeted out 3:35?
3:35. 3:35. Come on, Vic. 3:35. Give us a break.
I mean, 3:35. What the hell? Well, John, you'll get the update. I mean, I think everybody's focused on two main guys as we wait for this update, and that's those offensive linemen, Cam Jurgens and Landon Dickerson. So do you expect to learn more about them, or will they string you along with no information?
I don't expect Landon Dickerson or Cam Jurgens to be on the practice field today, so I wouldn't get too upset about that when it eventually comes out. They had an estimated practice report. Both the Chiefs and Eagles, by league rule, had to put out an injury report. I don't even know if the Chiefs practiced. They might have practiced. I don't know. But the Eagles pushed everything back a day. So theirs was estimated. And just had they held practice, what would the status be for certain players? And the do not participate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Saquon and AJ was strictly rest. But by the way, that's positive for AJ because he had been in weeks prior rest/knee. So now he's feeling good enough to where they're not putting the knee on the injury report. So that's a positive. And you see how well he played in the NFC Championship game. Yeah, the other guys all had some kind of injury, led by Landon Dickerson, who hurt his knee in the championship game, and Cam Jurgens, who obviously has been dealing with the back. So those guys will be managed through the week. It's about getting them on the field for the Super Bowl. That's all it's about. So it's not about practicing over a week out. Kenny Gainwell's dealing with a concussion plus a knee injury, so that's something to keep an eye on. Dallas Goedert has his ankle, and they also listed him as rest, but you saw how well he played. I'm not concerned about him. Moro Jomo's got a shoulder problem. Devontae Smith, a hamstring cropped up, but you got the extra week, so I think that'll help there. Brett Toth, a knee cropped up, so that's, maybe why they didn't consider putting him at center, and they had to put Cam Jurgens to play through pain once Landon Dickerson came back to the game. And then Britton Covey was limited. He's on that 21-day practice window. Ultimately, I don't think he's going to make it back, but we'll see. No. But that's the Eagles' injury, first estimated injury report leading up to the Super Bowl.
Any of those injuries jump off the page, give you concern for the Super Bowl? Obviously not today. We're a week and a half out. I wouldn't expect anybody who's out today to, but anything jump out at you? Anything concern you on that report? That
it's just Landon and Cam, basically. A
What about
little
Covey?
bit Kenny. A little bit
You don't
Kenny.
think Covey will be back, do you? You just said that, but
No,
I thought
no,
he would be.
no. He's dealing with something that is probably not going to allow him to return. So, um, and you don't want to. He hasn't played in so long. Also, you want to just put him out there, cold in the Super Bowl. They did that mistakenly with Aaron Cepas back in the day. They don't want to do that again. Not quite cold, but you get the point. And he's dealing with a nerve thing, which makes it hard to grip the football. So you don't want to mess with ball security. Obviously, they're plus 10 and they haven't turned the football over. So, yeah, I wouldn't expect him back.
Yeah, plus 10 is something else, man. So going into this game, good stuff there, Johnny Mac. John, I was telling you before the show, I was in my studio last night about getting ready to close up shop, and I threw on NFL Network just real quick to see if there was anything I missed before going to bed, and there it was. It was like first quarter of the Super Bowl 57 was airing on NFL Network, and it was the full game, and I like consuming that. So I watched that, man, and I was in my studio then till like 12:30 at night just watching that game. But that was a hell of a game, man, that Super Bowl 57. And these two teams are different than they were in that game, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I mean, things change quickly in the NFL. That's why we talk about, even if you go back 2 years ago, there's such significant change, about 30% every year for every roster, give and take. So a lot of new players. Think about all the players who are so impactful. We talk about the great offseason of Howie Roseman. We talk about the finalists for all the awards, Saquon Barkley, Zach Bond, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Vic Fangio. They weren't here. Super Bowl 50. None of them. That's how quickly things change in the NFL. Now, both of these teams have a core group of great players that have been through the wars, so to speak, and that's a big part of it. But there is tremendous change over a year, never mind 2 years, always in the NFL with every team, from the best team to the worst team, every team.
Yeah, no doubt. Man, I watched that game though, John. Maybe it's the benefit of the now, but that defense that year, especially in that game, I feel like this defense this year is just a different beast, man. I really do after watching that game. Also, that field, now with hindsight, and I don't even think this is eagle-colored glasses, that field was a disgrace to the NFL. That was
it's Eagles colored glasses for one aspect. Only what it was a disgrace for the NFL, similar to the Brazil game. They don't care, but it was a disgrace for the league to have the biggest game of the year on that turf. That part of it, I'm with you 1,000%. Both teams had to play on it, though. Nobody had an advantage.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean tip the scales, and that's the reason we lost. I'm saying from a football perspective and the game of football and NFL as a whole.
Yeah, the NFL shouldn't be doing.
I mean, AJ Brown slipping on 4-yard out routes. Nobody could run on that game. It was insane.
Yeah, and yet there were still a ton of points. So you got and by the way, on the biggest spot again, corn dog motion. Chiefs execute, Eagles didn't.
2 of them.
Yeah, 2 of them. And I've been talking. I've seen that motion since I was covering Chris Carter 100 years ago. Used to do it all the time. It's nothing new. Andy dresses it up a little bit better. More creative to people just watching. But that motion's been around forever. Veteran players should have understood what was going on in that situation. And by the way, the interesting thing is on one of them, Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs lined up wrong, and that they had him mic'd up for Inside the NFL or one of those shows, and he got everybody in the moment. They all lined up wrong. He got everybody adjusted at the line of scrimmage to get in the right spot. They ran the play. They won the game. Execution.
No doubt about it. No, I wasn't trying to use it as an excuse. I was simply just saying, damn. I mean, sucks that field was that bad in that game, and it obviously messed up both sides. But definitely a shitty field for the product as a whole, which sucked. But anyway, it was a really good game. Jaylen Hurts was lights out in that game. I
Yeah,
know he fumbled the
I still
ball, and I've
say
been hard on him about that fumble, but I don't know if I've seen Jaylen Hurts throw the ball like that, man, in a long. That was a masterclass performance he was putting on in Super Bowl 57. The one throw to I think it was like 3rd and 15 to Dallas Goedert on the right sideline. I mean, he was on fire in that game. I think he's going to need to replicate that performance in 59.
well, I don't know if you have to play that well. I mean, all games have personalities. I say it all the time. I mean, you can't just make grandiose proclamations on one game, whether it's week 1 in the NFL or the Super Bowl. I mean, each game is its own entity. I personally think, and I said it at the time, he was the best player on the field that day. And to me, it was the best game he ever played. When you add in the stakes of the game, I think it's even more so. So to expect him to play like that again, I don't know if that's realistic. But you could always, you're always striving for that. But I mean, when I say best game, I mean literally his best game. So is it fair to expect him to outplay his best game ever? I don't know. Is it fair to expect him to play well? Yes. Yes. You need him to play well. But to expect him to play at that level, I guess you can take out the unforced error and he could get a little bit better. But boy, he was good in that game.
No doubt about it, man. He was incredible in that game. So good stuff there. We will continue to break down and preview Super Bowl 59. We got a great show planned for everybody. So I do want to welcome and thank everybody, all of our great viewers here this morning. Good to see everybody. Flexen and Abe, Crowley, Brandon, Wilfredo, Troy. What's going on? Slagger, what's up, man? Appreciate everybody. If I missed you in the chat, I didn't mean to miss you, but I do appreciate you guys being here as we get closer to this Super Bowl. We do have an open first hour, and then we will talk to Caden Steele in hour number 2. Hopefully we get him up. We were going to have him on Tuesday, and we moved him here to Thursday with he missed on Tuesday. So we appreciate that. And any super chats we get in hour number 1, I will hit on. All right, because we got a little bit of time today. Sasha checks in. Johnny Mack, are we the 1 in 2 and 1 beast incarnate?
Brock Lesnar reference. That's what you want to be. Hey, embrace the challenge. I mean, this is one of the great teams in NFL history. Obviously, they're on the cusp of being the first team in NFL history to win 3 consecutive Super Bowls. And if you stop that, you become Brock Lesnar in a wrestling sense. And you become that much of a bigger story to be able to slay the impossible beast. And they have more talent, I think, from 1 through 53. I think they're prepared to do it, but this team's 17-1, and I say 17-1 because week 18 didn't matter to me. They're good, and I think a lot of people conflate it to it's Andy and Patrick Mahomes. Obviously, that's the biggest part of it, but I think people kind of miss how many other good players they have.
Yeah, they got a lot of good players. Trent
McDuffie.
McDuffie.
They might not be as splashy as the Eagles with the skill position players. I think that's fair, but they got a lot of good players.
Their defense hasn't been good recently, though, John. Like I saw a stat yesterday since, what was it, week 5 or something like that.
I get myself upset. Spags is overrated. Yes,
I know. You've been on that wave all week.
I've been on that wave for 15 years. I mean, you can't put together 2 of the worst 3 defenses in NFL history and claim you're Vic Fangio. And everybody claims
situationally, John, he does bring.
Situationally, he's very good. But what you're talking about, they haven't been very. What they do is they sell out. And look, when it works, you're a genius. But if you handle it right, And if anybody's equipped to deal with the blitz from an offensive line perspective, it's this team. I don't know if the quarterback is, but as far as handling it, there's no better team, no better offensive line. And again, we have to see how healthy Landon is, how healthy Cam Jurgens is. So that's going to be a big impact as well. But there's no team better equipped to handle it than the Eagles. If those guys are probably not going to be 100%, but if they're close to 100% and they're playing at their somewhat typical levels, the Eagles are prepared to deal with it. Now, Jaylen's got to do his part because they're going to send an extra guy that's not accounted for.
There's no doubt they're going to.
And that's where the quarterback, a lot of people don't understand. I say it all the time on this show. A lot of people don't understand, pressure packages, if there's an extra rusher, that's the quarterback's responsibility. And that means you got it. You have to understand there's an extra rusher.
Right.
You have to understand there's a free guy, and you have to get to the hot route and get the football out of your hands on time. So to me, those situations are going to be, win or lose the game. I think it's going to be a close game. Well, we got plenty of time to talk about predictions. Obviously, the best case scenario for the Eagles is to win, blow them out, and then none of this matters. But yeah, they're very good situationally.
Well, I tell you what, the Eagles, no, they really are. Eagles got it. I mean, you talk about blowing them out. I don't know if you're going to blow them out. It's the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I don't know. I mean, that seems like a little bit pie in the sky. Maybe they will. I don't know. I put up a post.
Well, by blowout, I mean, 2 scores.
I'll tell you what.
I don't mean Commanders like blowout. I mean,
yeah.
Make sure Patrick Mahomes doesn't have a chance to beat you, with the football in his hands late. That's I think the goal.
I'll tell you what, I put up a post last night, Johnny Mac, on the JAKIB YouTube community section, okay? And I said, how is everybody feeling about the game? I got some wild scores. I'm talking 2, 3, 4 touchdown wins, and I'm like, what? Holy shit. But no.
Yeah, I feel
good about it. You want to be in the lead, man. John, they had many moments in Super Bowl 57 to open that game up. I mean, when they were up by 10 at one point with the ball, they had another chance late.
Things were looking good. Things were looking good.
And then they just didn't convert.
And Mahomes got hurt with the ankle.
I know. That was so fun. I watched that last night. That was so I think that was a Mahomes embellishment.
Maybe. Emmitt Smith, I was convinced, used to do that. He would go down like it was dead, and he'd be back, 4 plays later to save the day. But I don't want to, but sometimes I agree with you. But it is what it is. I mean, yeah, they had a 10-point lead. And, even if you go to 14-7, I think it was when was the Eagles had the football and was the unforced error, the only really bad point of the game for Jaylen Hurts, and he fumbled and Nick Bolton scooped it up and scored the touchdown. I felt like the Eagles had a chance to seize control of the game, and then up 10 by halftime. You thought, wow, yeah, they might do it, and obviously fell apart in the second half a little bit from defensive perspective, but also special teams. The big punt return was ridiculous, and then the 2 corn dog plays. But,
I got mad at the TV again last night watching Kadarius Toney on that punt return.
Well, I mean, Aaron kicked it the wrong way.
Freaking CPOS.
Shouldn't have been punting.
Braden Mann will not let us down. Sliger checks in. He says, I don't remember, but did you notice that they were blitz happy while you were watching? The Eagles or the Chiefs? The Chiefs were certainly blitz happy in that game. Basically, every third down.
The Eagles haven't been blitz happy since, many years.
No, but I think he's asking about the Chiefs. The Chiefs were, Sliger. I mean, there was third downs in that game late in the second half that, there was one big play that if Eagles converted, they would have had a chance to take the lead back And third down, boom, got Jaylen rolling out to the left because he had an unblocked blitzer coming off the left side. Jaylen rolled out, had to throw the ball away, and then you punt it, and that's when the Chiefs took the lead. So they're going to bring the blitz. There's no doubt about it that situational third downs are going to be key in this Super Bowl, John. Jaylen Hurts has to pick up the blitz, and then he's got to convert. He's got to convert and move the sticks.
Yeah, I mean, and he's done it in the past, and we'll see how it works out. But I do think there's opportunities there too, and maybe it is just as simple as, all right, go route to AJ, go beat somebody. AJ's going to win. And if the ball's there, you see what happened on 4th and 5 in the NFC Championship game.
Do you like those type of play calls, John, when you have a 4th and 5?
When the season's on the line, no. In the middle of the game, sure, I'll take a shot at AJ.
I mean, even with the circumstance, right? Like I need six yards gets me the first down, but I take a shot 35 yards, which is clearly a lower percentage play. I'm not saying it was a bad play, and obviously it worked. So, back to Johnny Max. you judge the result. We're all happy with the result, but
exactly. Now, I don't have a problem at that stage of the game. Like I have a problem. Like if you think about the end of the Rams game from the Rams perspective, like when your season is on the line and they just didn't block Jalen Carter. Bill Belichick was talking about that. It was great, by the way, on one of the shows. I think
what was that on?
I think it was McAfee. Yeah, he was talking about seasons ending for a bunch of different teams, and he brought up the Rams, and he called Jalen Carter the best player on the field, which he's right. So that was interesting to see it come from Bill, but the fact that you're not blocking him on the last 2 plays of your season is something that will haunt the Rams. But on the 4th down play with the season on the line, like you got to give somebody a chance, even if you get beat. If it's a Steve Spagnuolo overload blitz like it was against Buffalo, and Josh Allen did give somebody a chance. That's what you have to do, even if it's just throwing it up 50-50. It's got to be in play. You got to give somebody a chance to make a play. So to me, situation matters a lot. 4th and 5, where the Eagles were, they got a good look for a go route. Take it. AJ's great throw by Jaylen. I have no problem with that. Even if it didn't work, you could say after it. And I know, to your point, yes, I talk about it all the time. People judge, oh, that's a great play call because the result. I don't have a problem with it, even if it's not completed. Obviously, it changes the game a little bit, and you would have to see how it unveloped from there. But from just the standpoint of taking the shot, it makes sense if you have the look. So I have no problem from that perspective. And then it's all about success or failure. But had they failed there, I wouldn't have even blipped an eye. I would have said, good decision to go for it on 4th and 5. I would have said, good shot. AJ's one-on-one. If it's a bad throw, I'd blame Jaylen. If it's a drop ball, I blame AJ. That's about execution.
Yeah. That was a good throw, man, by Jaylen Hurts. That
was a great throw. It was a great throw.
Yeah.
So yeah, to me, it's about, but when you're 4th and 5 with the season on the line, and I don't necessarily like that because you're just, flipping a coin basically.
Yeah, get 7 yards, right? And you need a season on the line. John Forte checks in. Appreciate everybody on the super chats this morning. We appreciate it. Nate the guy became a member. Nate, appreciate that, my man. John Forte says, I'm having a hard time not believing the refs will not call a ticky-tack flag that will determine the game, just like the last Super Bowl. I'm trying to stay positive. Hard when you play the Queefs.
Yeah, well, I don't know if John listens to me often, but I don't give a shit about the officials. I don't care. I don't think about. I can't control it. The Eagles can't control it. The Chiefs can't control it, even though people think they can.
My conspiracy. Ready for my conspiracy?
Sure.
That Fox was told by the NFL to get Greg Olsen out of there because he ripped the officials in front of 110 million people or however many it was watch the Super Bowl. he ripped them for like 3 straight minutes on that call on Bradbury. I knew he did. I obviously listened to it again last night. I realized how much he ripped them, and I'm like, ooh, the NFL could not have been happy with that.
I think, Greg, who's very good, by the way. Didn't the Eagles fans hate Greg Olsen for a game recently?
They hated him this year. I love him. I think he's really good. I like Tom more, though.
He's very good. I think he's better than Tom, but
he's better at calling a game than Tom. But I want to hear from the GOAT, John.
But
unfortunately,
I like hearing Tom. I think Tom's underrated. I think people shit on him a little bit too much, but I think he's underrated. But he's not as good as Greg. But I do like hearing them talk about quarterback play specifically for obvious reasons. But I do think Greg's very good. But that's him being removed has everything to do with Tom Brady, and Tom Brady's the biggest star.
Yeah,
and that's
I'm just saying, there's no way they were happy because
here's what I say about and James is James is a phenomenal guy. James Bradbury. He said it was a penalty. That was it. That closed the book for me. Said, I wish they didn't call it, but they called it. That closed the book for me. It's pretty easy.
So ticky-tack. John, appreciate your super chat, man. I appreciate you checking in. Devontae checks in. What's up, Devontae? Good to see you, my brother. Mac Sauce, Mac Spag. Mac Sauce, Mac. Spag played a lot of man coverage during Super Bowl 57. Should we expect that same outcome or something different?
No, you're going to see a shitload of man coverage. I mean, when you blitz, you're playing man. I mean, 9 times out of 10, certainly when you're blitzing multiple players, you're in man coverage. So, especially in big spots, you're going to see a ton of man coverage. And nobody's better equipped to handle it than McDuffie, who might be the best press cover corner in the NFL as far as I'm concerned right now. But, the other guys aren't as good. So there'll be opportunities for the Eagles to take advantage of that. If they get the football out on time, if they pass protect well, there'll be opportunities. So, but yeah, they're going to play a lot of man coverage. They're going to play a hell of a lot more man coverage than the Eagles. I'll tell you that.
No doubt about it. Devontae, appreciate it, brother. We'll see, man. Those blitzes, that's what we got to handle. We got to answer those third down blitzes because Spags is coming. John Forte again. John, appreciate it, man. I read it. Vince Papale and Barkley's B-Day on the Super Bowl. That is crazy. Hopefully an omen. I just want the Eagles to get healthy. I think was it Vince
Cooper's?
Papale?
Might be Vince.
I know Cooper Jeans too. Yeah, Cooper.
The date of the Super Bowl, what is it, February 9th?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who have birthdays on February 9th.
Like?
All over the world. Who gives a shit? Birthdays.
Yeah, I don't care, but the people clearly care. I don't know.
Birthdays.
I think I got 4 super chats this week about the birthdays.
By the way, I've had good birthdays. I have bad birthdays. I have every day in between. There's no guarantee, because it's your birthday, everybody's going to say, "Oh, it's Cooper's birthday." Let's
throw him a pick. It's Saquon's birthday. Let's lay down and let him get a touchdown.
If Cooper makes plays and he's a hell of a player, and he very well might, it will have nothing to do with his birthday. Nothing. Who else's birthday is it?
Saquon. And apparently Vince Papale.
Well, Saquon's done pretty well on games not on his birthday. So I think you're fine with Saquon as well.
Yoshiwara says, when it's someone's birthday, they naturally feel good. It's not about a guarantee. Quit being a Grinch.
Well, I mean, it's not being a Grinch. It's
man, that is funny.
Zander knows I try to elevate the conversation.
Yeah, that's
when it comes to football. I'm not talking about fucking birthdays and officials. I'm sorry. If that's being a Grinch, no. Again, you have WIP for that. And I should get yelled at for sending people to death. That's their bullshit. You got that for that. We're trying to talk. We're trying to elevate the conversation. Come on. Birthdays and fucking officials. Come on. Yeah, I am.
Yoshiwara. Destroyed, brother. Sorry, man. Hate to say it, Yoshiwara. I appreciate that, brother. Nate the God became a member. Nate, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Who has a bigger game, Carter or Jones? This is a good question because I think those are your 2 game records on defensive side of the ball for both teams. And John, I'll say this.
It's like Godzilla against Mothra. I don't know who has a better game. Who has a
I
better
know.
day? Is it their birthday? I don't
Well, let me
know.
say this too. I feel good about Cam Jurgens and what he's done this year. I feel great about Mekhi Becton and what he's done this year. Those guys have not played a player like Chris Jones.
No.
You know, what kind of havoc can he wreak on the interior of that D line?
Oh, he's phenomenal.
Yeah, he really is.
He's the best interior defensive player. He's what the Eagles want Jaylen Carter to become. And I think the next step for Jaylen Carter is to be able to move around a little bit more, because Chris Jones can also move around, not only playing on the interior, but play on the edge, but and be a game wrecker wherever he is. But I mean, that guy is, oof, he's been a dominant player for a long time. And I got to look up his PFF rankings. Here we go. Since 2017, number 7, number 6, number 6, number 2, number 5, number 1, number 5, and number 1 this year. He is an unbelievable player, Hall of Fame player already. Would never have to play another game. One of the best 5 defensive players in football. And yeah, I mean, he's their Jaylen Carter, but more proven, more consistent.
Yeah, 3 Super Bowl rings for him. So Brian says, but when's his birthday?
Yeah, it's not his birthday, so he's gonna have a bad game. Although,
dude, you guys are funny. The chat is funny, Johnny Mac. Good stuff, everybody. We appreciate it, man. It's going to be a great game. You can tell by what everybody's talking about with it and some of the storylines going in. I feel pretty good about it. I'm not going to lie to you. Twiz Jiga says, Andre Sam's birthday too. Stop forgetting that, man.
I don't think Andre's going to play, but in fact, I'm sure he's not going to play. So I guess his birthday's not going to help him. Yeah, Andre's on the practice squad, and he's not getting elevated. So good guy, though.
Kenny Sprague checks in and says, J-Mac a Grinch. I told you he was my spirit animal.
Hey, when people say stupid shit, I mean, I'm not superstitious. I'm not. People can't really believe that, right?
God, you made Yoshiwara quit in seconds. Look, he says, I'm off the lawn.
Well, I mean, honest question. I'm not even. Do people really think that matters?
No, I don't think so. I think people like to look for stuff like that, though, because I don't know. Social media, John.
I guess. I don't know.
I've gone on social media this week, and every time I freaking open up Instagram or Twitter or something, there's a new tweet going viral that it's Saquon's birthday and the numerology. And if you add 33 and 26,
The
it equals
numerology.
59, the 2 jersey numbers, and it's an omen and all this shit. I don't know, John. Sometimes elevating the conversation requires taking the sword and slashing out the legs of any shitty talking points that are out there. Sometimes that's
I think it does, and that's why I do it, and that's why I'm a Grinch. I'll embrace the Grinch because I'm always gonna cut down stupid shit like that. It doesn't matter. Saquon Barkley has had Saquon Barkley's birthday's on February 9th, of course. He's had the most historic season for running back in Eagles history, one of the most historic of all time, will likely break the record, Terrell Davis's record for all-time rushing yardage in a single season when you include the postseason. He did all of that not on his birthday. So I'm good with Saquon. I don't need birthdays.
Kenny followed up. So I didn't mean that in a negative way. No doubt. Good stuff, brother. We got one more super chat here. Man in Black says, best press man corner, but he is no Quintanamo Bay, John. Hashtag Luvu Dirty. Hashtag Hurt Season. Hashtag us versus the refs. Oh, Man in Black. That is not the comment. That is not the comment for J-Mac.
Yeah. I mean, what? All right. If you think Quinyon Mitchell's better than Trent McDuffie, Godspeed.
Kermit Duffy was. You said he was the best corner in the game the other day.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he had the best season this year.
That's a big statement. That's impressive stuff right there. Good stuff, Man in Black. Appreciate it, man. Chip Tooth checks in. J-Mac, all out of fucks to give today, boys. Mahomes better change his birthday. John, are you going to be sitting with LeBron at the Super Bowl?
LeBron will probably be there. Well, I don't know. Depends on what's going on with the Lakers. But he's been there in the past. I know that. No, I will not be. I will hopefully be in the press box. We'll see. Because I don't want to be in the auxiliary press.
Why? How does that work? Why would you not be in the press box? Too many people?
Well, too many people, and they have international media. So basically it goes to national people first, like the national writers, and then the beat writers. So every year the Eagles go to the Super Bowl, I have to deal with this. So I've been to like 10 Super Bowls. Ironically, the times I've covered the Eagles, I've been in auxiliary press, and the times I've covered the other games, I've been in the press box. The reason why is because the NFL is stupid. All due respect to Cody Enos, who tries to help. And because I work for Sports Illustrated, they think it's national. But, I'm below the Albert Breers, so I get kicked out into auxiliary, and Connor Orrs, who's a friend of the show. So I get kicked out in auxiliary, and every year I tell them, hey, I'm an Eagles beat writer. Call Bob Lang, call John Ganone. Get me in the fucking press box. Because now that I have to do pregame shows with Jake, like, you can't talk to me in the stadium. You could try, but you're not going to be able to hear me.
No, yeah.
So
too much stuff going on.
Basically, when I get down there on Wednesday, I have to hope these morons got it right and try to fix it if it's not right. A lot of stress leading up to this freaking bullshit every time.
Yeah, no, there is no doubt about it. And you're flying in next week, Johnny Mac, for those who missed that. You'll be flying in on Wednesday, so that should be good.
Yeah. So anyway, inside baseball, but yeah, I don't know why I went on that tangent, but there you go. I will not be sitting next to LeBron or Taylor Swift, who I'm sure will be there.
Good stuff, everybody. We appreciate all the super chats coming in. You guys showing love. We appreciate that. We got a fun show planned for the rest of the show. I also have I went and picked up some more giveaways, John, for the great people of JAKIB Nation yesterday for the Super Bowl. So we'll do that after the show. So appreciate all you guys. Junior checks in. Wonder how many more times they will meet in the Super Bowl. This death isn't the last time. Well, the first one was pretty damn good, and the second one is loading. I don't know. You think they'll meet again, John?
Well, they 2 and 3 years. I mean, the Chiefs are what they are, and they've been pretty consistent. Now the Eagles have gotten relatively consistent. The more they made this run, I start thinking about last year again and go, boy, what the fuck happened down the stretch? I still don't know what happened down the stretch of the season last year. Because they were 10-1 last year, and maybe we would have had 3 in a row. If it wasn't for that weird outlier stretch. So, it's hard to make Super Bowls, but these two teams are making it look easy. And I can't. Typically, I'd say nah. It's so hard to get back. But with these two teams, they've already proven they not only can do it, sometimes they make it look pretty easy. And the Eagles made it look pretty easy this year.
Man, both teams are positioned to keep going. I mean, Mahomes how old is Mahomes now? 29?
Oh, I'd have to look it up. He's getting 29.
If he gets a 4th Super Bowl before 30, man, that would be. He's 29. He turned 29 in September. So
yeah. So yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good.
No doubt about it. Brian Fleming checks in. What's up, Brian? He's one of our funniest comments. Brian's always got me laughing. He says, when are we going to get J-Mac in the Sports Illustrated Swift? Come on, Brian. Is that a Super Bowl question, Brian?
Yeah. Nobody wants to see that, but yeah.
No, roll John out with the
do they even have is it all digital now? I don't even know. I should know that.
I have no clue. Miguel Lara, our longest standing JAKIB member. What's up, brother? Appreciate you being here. The great Mac Hollins, former Eagle, beat McDuffie pretty bad last week. Had a touchdown and a couple first downs. Keep up the work, fellas, he says.
Okay. All right. So that
Mac
means
Hollins did have some big plays in that game.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you want to look at the larger sample size, which would make a little bit more sense, that'd probably be the better way to go because, Terry McLaurin on one particular play in Washington scorched Quinyon Mitchell. Does that define Quinyon Mitchell? Again, what are we doing here? What are we doing here, guys? All cornerbacks get beat.
Johnny Mac wants to elevate the conversation, Chad. We got to up our game because Johnny Mac is not happy.
Pat Surtain's probably going to win Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL. Probably. Closer race than most of the awards. Guess what? You can go on YouTube today and find him getting beat. And that's the best. Most people, I think McDuffie's had the best year. Most people consider Surtain to be the best corner in the NFL. He gets beat. Trent gets beat. Cooper gets beat. Quinyon gets beat.
Yeah,
Jalen Ramsey's going to the Hall of Fame. He gets beat. Jalen Johnson has been the best corner in my mind. He gets beat. Derek Witherspoon's one of the great young corners. He gets beat. Christian Gonzalez gets beat. Jair Alexander gets beat. Derek Stingley gets beat. Every single one of them.
Yeah,
Darius Slay, who might be going to the Hall of Fame, hopefully, polishes off his career. He gets beat, as the Eagles fans know when they shit on him.
Prince Swayze checks in. What's up, Prince? Good to see you, brother. J-Mac, why bother showing up? Let's just hand the trophy to the Chiefs. Y'all sleeping on this version of the Eagles. It's Patrick and Reed. I don't want to pick against them. We have unfinished business. Prince is talking a big game.
Yeah, Prince has been very confident this week. I have not said the Eagles don't have a chance in this game. I've said the exact opposite. So I would have to say, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm the one talking down the people off the ledge that don't show up people because the officials are going to screw us or screw it up because, they're going to make a bad call in a big spot against Patrick Mahomes. I'm talking those people off the ledge. I'm the exact opposite. Go out and beat them.
John sounded like me right there when I was doing who was on Zander time the other day when I mocked somebody for a shitty comment in the chat, and I did a voice like that. Everybody was losing it. Man in Black checks in. I watched the unscripted episode and saw Jahan Dotson blow up Bobby Wagner on a block and move him 5 yards. Dotson has a lot of good blocks. Oh, so good you're getting that out of him. You're not getting much production.
Yeah, I always, whether you go all the way back to Riley Cooper and Chip Kelly and, Zach Pascal with Nick Sirianni, when you're talking about blocking for a wide receiver, and all the Eagles wide receivers are good blockers, that's another sort of impact on Saquon's great season, because to have those long runs, you generally have to have blocks from the receivers down the field. The 60-yard run, AJ's block on the 60-yard touchdown was incredible. So they're,
he basically took out like 3 dudes.
I know. It's fucking unbelievable. Hurt
and
himself.
He slowed up Bobby Wagner too completely.
Yeah.
And he was the free defender.
He was the guy who's going to make the play.
Yeah.
Great block. So yeah, they've always stressed that. They've always been good at it. But when you lead with a receiver as a blocker, it's not a good sign. Never a good sign.
Good stuff, man in Black. Appreciate it. Alexander Harris. Why are people acting like we didn't beat the Chiefs last year? What does that have to do with anything? We beat the Chiefs in a regular season game last year, but right
Yeah,
before
big
we
win
collapsed.
too, by the way. Big win. You know,
Yeah, but
en
what does that
route
have to
to
do with the Super Bowl? That
en
has
route
less to
it
do with
has nothing to do with the en route to 10-1, by the way. Um, and then they fell apart, and I still can't explain why they fell apart. Well, otherwise, it might have been a three-peat. Might have been Eagles Chiefs last year, but
oh man.
you know, yeah, they beat that was a big regular season win. Off a bye week for both teams, by the way, because Andy is the best bye week coach in NFL history, and Nick has been unbelievable, very smaller sample size coming off buys, and that's always a big thing because you have the extra prep for the Super Bowl. Nick's only loss coming off a bye as a head coach for the Philadelphia Eagles is the Super Bowl. That's it. The only one he
Someone put
lost.
in yesterday he was 5-0. I guess obviously he's not. He lost the Super
Well,
Bowl.
they're not counting the Super Bowl.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go. Good context there. Man in Black again. Man in Black, thank you for your support, brother. Appreciate you. Press AJ, then he turns his hip and blocks. Then boom, Saquon gone. And McDuffie is reading Barkley's back plate like the rest of the league did. A lot of players have done that this year. That is correct. Read the back of Saquon Barkley's jersey. No doubt about that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna dismiss a long Saquon touchdown because we've seen too many of them. But that's Kansas City. That's what they're trying to stop. And it generally has to deal with discipline and run gaps and all that kind of stuff. And they're going to have to handle it better than most teams. Because a lot of
Who are
teams
they
haven't
looking
had.
at, John, to try and stop Saquon in this game? Pittsburgh held him, I think, to 65 yards. Is that the blueprint? Because I really, if it's starting to feel like nobody's been able to stop. Everybody obviously is coming in with the game plan. Stop Saquon. That's what their game plan is defensively coming into the football game. None of them have been able to do it, I think, since Pittsburgh. Have the Eagles gotten better? Have they, what's
I
the
don't think Spags is. He's pretty entrenched with his philosophy. He's not looking at other teams. He'll just stress discipline, as I said, run gaps. You got to be very disciplined against Saquon Barkley because the moment you get out of your gap, the moment you try to make a play that's not yours, the moment that's when he cuts back and he gets the second level. And against other running backs, you can do that because you might give up a 14, 15-yard gain, 20-yard gain, whatever. You can live with that. But he's going to take 20 and turn it into 60. It's like Washington should have tackled him after about 25 yards.
right?
But they didn't. And that's what it's about more than anything else. Not about copying somebody else. I mean, Eagles don't do that too. The Eagles have so much confidence in themselves. They don't think about other teams and other teams did this. They think about themselves. I imagine I'm not around Kansas City, but I imagine they feel the same way because of their success.
No doubt. Philly Don checks in. This is a good one here. I agree with what Philly Don says here. Philly Don checks in. Philly Don, thank you, brother. We beat KC last year with that shitty D. Came close in 22 of taking the Super Bowl. This team is more equipped to derail them offensively and defensively. I agree with that last sentence for sure. I feel like this team is the best team that's played this Chiefs team. I really do. I think defensively they're better. I think the addition of Saquon Barkley is. I mean, I know you added context to the Miles Sanders thing, John, in the Super Bowl. He was awful. Yes, awful in that Super Bowl. Pitiful. Remember, and he almost had the game-changing play where he fumbled, but they ruled it an incomplete pass. That was also returned for a touchdown.
Yeah, well, he broke his hand on the first play of the game. But, if that happens to Saquon's not going to play like Saquon. So bad luck. And obviously, but they're going to have a better running game. They didn't have a run. Although Jaylen Hurts had a big game running the football.
Like 70.
Yeah. And he had 3 touchdowns, I think.
Patrick Mahomes had a sneaky good running game in that.
Yeah, well, he always does. He makes those. And that, sort of with the ankle maybe he was playing that up. I don't know. But
I think he
anyway.
was.
Anyway, yeah, they should be better. There's unintended consequences to the Eagles play differently on offense, obviously, than they did back in 2023. You can argue they were more well-rounded then over the whole season. You can't really argue. They were. So, but you're coming off a game where Jaylen Hurts played very well in the passing game. So that's giving people confidence. Defensively, they didn't execute. They had a great defense last year. That's one of my pet peeves. That last year in the last Super Bowl. I mean, people forget because all they look at is the results afterwards. Bradbury constantly gets shit on. I got to defend this guy constantly. He was a second team All-Pro that year. He was better than any outside corner the Eagles have had in years and years and years, including, yes, this year during the whole season. And people dismiss that because of the penalty and the miscommunications in the Super Bowl. And then obviously the downgrade in 2023 doesn't change the fact that he was a deserved second team All-Pro corner that season. So I think there's a lot of revisionist history, as there always is. That defense was 12 yards away from being the number one defense. This is the number one defense. The correlation maybe between those two teams is they might have had the best defense in Super Bowl 57, and they might have the best defense in the NFL in Super Bowl 59. That's probably the correlation of the two teams. So to act like that wasn't a good defense is just complete and utter bullshit. It wasn't on that day, just like it wasn't in Super Bowl 52, and they won anyway.
Right. That day was definitely not good, but good context there from John. John, real quick, we got a couple more super chats, more than I thought we'd get. So big thanks to everybody in the chat for your super chats and your support. John, for the benefit of the new people who've checked in since the start of the show, can we just update everybody on what the Eagles have on the agenda today? Who is set to speak? Because I think everybody's really waiting for this team to get back on the practice field and just kind of feel like they're now in prep for the Super Bowl. This last 3 days has been quiet on the Eagle front, and people are getting itchy. So what's going on in Eagle land today?
They are on the practice field about 3:35-ish. It'll be at Lincoln Financial Field today. So they're going to practice at the big stadium. And then they're going to have some players after. I think it's cute that you think I would know that at this point. I assume Jaylen's going to be one of them. Some guys, because it's Super Bowl, and last week, same thing happened. Some guys are going to get the podium treatment. And it's usually going to start with Jaylen, AJ, Saquon, probably, but that's just speculation. And then the locker room will be open. So, plenty of other players will be talking in a more laid back environment. No coaches today. Coaches aren't speaking because they have so many media responsibilities during Super Bowl week. They're going to hold that off until next week. So just players today. And Jaylen will certainly probably be one of them. Usually kicks things off. So
when are you going to speak with the coordinators this week?
No coordinators this week. Again, because they have so many media responsibilities at the Super Bowl.
They give one off.
Yeah, they're treating this like a bye week for the coordinators, and they will speak down at the Super Bowl Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So yeah, they're holding off on those guys. We might have some stuff behind the scenes that'll come out at some point, but nothing public.
Good stuff there, Johnny Mac. Appreciate everybody for the super chats. Let's roll through these last couple. Then we'll get to Caden Steele in hour number 2. Make sure everybody stays tuned, too. After the show, we'll do some giveaways. And if you're not a member on the channel and you want to be a part of the giveaways, you can do that. So become a member now. We do giveaways for our members almost every day leading up to the Super Bowl here. We've done probably 50 giveaways in the last month and a half. So we won't be able to do that all year long, but we have enjoyed this last month of Eagles season. So make sure you lock in. DBG, Dank Bird Gang. Dank Bird Gang. I liked your old name better. I'm not going to lie to you. DBG says, I feel people neglect to realize how accurate Jaylen is when he trusts what he sees. The issue is trusting what he sees. I expect a big game in the Super Bowl. And DBJ, before John answers, I will say, I was watching that Super Bowl 57 last night. That ball came out. Jaylen, stop, drop, fire. Decisive. He got that ball out quick, and he was as accurate as it gets. That throw to Dallas Goedert, I said that. I could watch that throw on repeat. But, John, your thoughts on DBG's comment?
Yeah, conviction is the term I use. When he throws with conviction, he's fine. And for whatever reason, sometimes he doesn't. And that's when he comes into issues. And, yeah, he's not trusting what he sees. And we've been through that ad nauseum. And, you hope it's closer to Pittsburgh and the Commanders than some other games you can point to. And if it's the Pittsburgh or last week Washington version, I think you're going to be in good shape. Most of the season, if you're being honest, has not been that way. And if it regresses to that, you're probably going to have some issues.
Good stuff there. Appreciate you, DBJ. Man in Black again. Man in Black, thanks for all your support today, bro. I appreciate you. Now I have a theory, and I believe since the refs made light to the awarding points now when we spank them so bad, Mahomes will cry and the refs will award the Chiefs points because Taylor Swift is sad.
I guess we have to acknowledge it because thanks for the super chat.
Thanks for the $10.
Yeah.
But that Johnny Mac doesn't like that one.
Yeah, officials going into a game blaming officials is such a loser mentality. It really is. I mean,
I agree with you. Man in Black, don't be a loser. You hear that? Johnny Mac just
said
I
said loser mentality. And it is.
Well,
it is.
Who has loser mentalities, John? It's okay to say it. Losers. Losers have loser mentalities, John.
I
love you, but
because I think most people just go along with the flow of the river, so to speak, and everybody's on this, and it's become a narrative. And everybody just says, yeah, and they don't look into it. There's just no truth to any of this. Good teams make breaks, make their own breaks. Is there a deference to superstars? Yes, there's always been a deference to superstars. A lot of these people we got in that discussion, a lot of these Michael Jordan people will forget how many breaks he got conveniently. Right. Why did he get them? Because he earned them. And he became the superstar, and you got to break through. And sometimes you got to break through to beat the superstar. And Patrick Mahomes is a superstar. And if it's a 50-50 call, he's probably going to get it, to be honest. So persevere or go home.
John, you know what it reminds me of? Slager checks and he says it's a conspiracy. The NFL is rigged. And unless I win, that is. It reminds me of my giveaways. Yeah, we had the great Suplex City. Suplex, I'm not sure if you're listening. I hope you are. He used to say every time somebody would win a giveaway, oh, it's rigged, it's a cousin, it's this. And then he win, and I never heard from him again. He never said it's rigged. And I'm like, oh, you won now. So now it's not rigged. So that's how it goes, Johnny.
Yeah, well, exactly. And that's a good way to put it. Yeah, good job, Slager, unless you win. I mean, nobody brought up, because I always give my buddy NFL rep stats on X. credit. He does all the mixing of numbers and what crews do and what penalties they're susceptible to calling. And by the way, the Eagles have a meeting every Saturday for a Sunday game. John Ferrari, who's their assistant GM, football ops expert, rules expert, one of the most powerful people in the NFL when it comes to rules, by the way, which is ironic because, again, and by the way, John Runyon, Troy Vincent, James Thrash, what do all these people have in common? You can do the math. They work for the NFL and things that affect the rules. Last week, Sean Hockley, 6-0, the Eagles were. And by the way, the Eagles win a lot. So they have good records with all officials, as does Kansas City, because they always fucking win.
'99 Diesel. What do you think? Who do you think could make a play that you never saw coming? I got Huff making a sack in a big moment. Not really, but wishful thinking. Yeah, 99 Diesel. I appreciate your $5. I'm going to go ahead and say there's a 0% chance Bryce Huff makes. I'll give him a 0.1. All right, I can't go 0, but I do not think Bryce Huff is making a play. He might not even have a chance to make a play because he's not going to be on the field.
Yeah, he's not going to play much. So I agree with you there. Probably. I mean, people are going to. So it comes down to when people say make a play, it usually comes down to a turnover or a big skill position play. So, I guess surprise. No, nobody's surprised when Saquon makes a play or AJ makes a play or Devontae makes a play or even Dallas makes a play. So I guess it would have to be John Dotson getting
How about
loose.
Milton Williams on defense?
Defensively, it could be a sack, more interception, fumble, forced fumble. Zach Ball, that's not going to surprise anybody. Jalen Carter's not going to surprise anybody. So I guess, Chauncey's not, even Reed's not, Quignon's not, Cooper's not. I guess Cooper getting his first interception on his birthday. Is it his birthday? Is he one of the birthday boys?
Yeah, Cooper. Yep, it's a Cooper B-Day.
But I don't know what he's so good. I don't know if that should be a surprise. Not a lot of surprise people are going to get extended playing time, I would say. Like Milton's really good. Why would that be a surprise?
No, I don't think it'd be a surprise. More just that he's not Nolan Smith or Jalen Carter, I guess.
Yeah, well, from a splash standpoint.
Yeah.
Like no offense to Nolan, but he's got a ways to go before he's as good at his job as Milton is at his.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so depends how you look at it, but I would say Jahan Dotson's the one guy because if he gets loose, gets a big play, people will be surprised by that.
All right, here's a comment from Cesar Campos. I think that's Chilean pesos, John. You see that CLP, 10,900 of them? I want to say that's Chilean pesos. We went through this before, Cesar. I think I'm right.
Chilean pesos. All right. I like that.
He's in Chile. J-Mac, I'll be honest with you and everyone here. I'm fairly new in the NFL world. I really need to understand why there is so much hate for Jaylen and nothing he does is enough. Go Birds. See, John, we kind of talked about this yesterday. And I agree
I don't think there is that much hate. Yeah, I know.
I think there is. I think there's more than you're letting on because I think that the talking heads, like you talked about, I know they're clickbait artists or whatever you want to call them. They have a big impact, man. That people listen to them. People, their comments reach the NFL audience that consumes NFL.
Well, I don't disagree with that, but my only point is it's depending on the week. So when he doesn't play well and they overemphasize it and say he can't do this, he can't do that. All right. But then the next week when he plays well, he's the greatest thing ever. So I think there's both ends of the extremes on the engagement artists, as I like to call them, or engagement grifters, they just go to extremes. So I don't know why people listen because how you can do a 180 in 1 week to the exact opposite the next week is ludicrous. He's a very good quarterback. Does he have holes in his game? Yes. Everybody does, even Patrick Mahomes. Does he have more holes than Patrick Mahomes? Yes, if you're being honest. Has he had his best season? Come on. Can anybody sit here and tell me that Jaylen Hurts has had his best season?
No, I don't think anybody would say that. I mean, maybe there's a section of people who would, because there's always people like that live in fairy tale land. But
Well, that's what
I
I
would
mean.
encourage all of our viewers, John. You have a free weekend, no football, all right? No football this weekend, which sucks, I know. Go rewatch the 22 Super Bowl. Jaylen was lights out in that game. I haven't seen that Jaylen come out yet this year.
So Jaylen Hurts has been a starter. This is his 4th season. So 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. 2022, I think we can all agree, was his best season. He was runner-up to MVP. That was the Super Bowl season. Maybe his best game ever on the biggest stage. He was phenomenal. Top 5 quarterback in the NFL easily. Probably top 2. I would argue that this year, and I've seen every single game, and I've talked to him after every single game from, forget about 2021, even going back to his rookie season when he took over for Carson at the end, which was an ugly moment. And part of it's not even his fault. But if you're being honest with yourself, this has been his worst season as the Eagles starting quarterback from an individual standpoint. Part of it is not even his fault. I thought the Eagles were too quick to pull the plug early in the season. But again, it's hard to argue, and they'll say they've lost one game in 4 months by going conservative and risk averse on offense. But that's what they've done. So to sit here, people can call me a hater or whatever and ignore the fact that I just said he was maybe the second best quarterback in football in 2022. And now if you say that, you're lying. Is that being hard? Is that hateful? Or is that honest? Bunch of H's for you. I would argue it's honest.
I agree with that. I think most people can have that conversation. And look, the other part of it is, John, the Eagles are winning still. So that's where I think some people
they've lost one game in 4 months. And that game was when Jaylen Hurts left 6 minutes in with a concussion. And they lost with 6 seconds left. Bunch of sixes for the numerology people.
There you go.
So, it's hard to argue with the Eagles scaling back the offense, but that's what they've done. And they've leaned on the offensive line and Saquon Barkley. By the way, I forgot to bring that up. I wanted to bring that up because I disagree with this and you agreed with it. I gotta figure it. I gotta look. Somebody on Twitter or X or whatever had put, what was Howie's best move?
Oh yeah, I'll get into that. I'd love that. I love that conversation.
Yeah, and they went Jaylen Hurts. Drafting Jaylen Hurts. This is a perfect example of my results-based culture. How can that be Howie's best move when that was not the purpose of the draft pick? The purpose of the draft pick was to find a cost-effective backup for Carson Wentz. That was the purpose of the draft pick.
Yeah, but if you didn't make that draft pick, where would the team be?
Yeah, but that's results. It's process. It's not results. All football will tell you it's process. It's not results. Did it work out? Yes. Did Jordan Mailata work out? Yes. Andre Dillard was the plan.
But if your process is perfect, but the results aren't there, then everybody agrees in hindsight it wasn't a good move, or the pick didn't pan out and it wouldn't be the best pick.
Yeah, but come on,
results has to be a part of analyzing the best pick. How could results not be?
It is, but that wasn't the question. The question was his best move ever. His best move, by the way, is
Mailata.
No, it's foundational. It's building on the offensive and
Yeah, I
defense
agree with that. But that
and
I didn't
defensive
really
front.
view that as one
That's
move.
but that's my point, and that's why
Right.
I'm trying to, like, you can't say, here's the bottom line of what happened with Jaylen Hurts, and I'll do it as quickly as possible. He was drafted as a cost-effective backup quarterback. The Eagles planned to move forward with Carson Wentz, thought Carson Wentz was an MVP level quarterback, was going to be their quarterback for a decade. Their eventual plan was to spin off Jaylen Hurts. Hopefully, he played well in some preseason games. You convince somebody else to give you a second round pick down the road when it comes time for a second contract or even a first round pick, and spin it off that they've done in the past and redo it again. Obviously, I'm not going to relitigate the Carson stuff, not taking it well, not understanding the pick and going in a negative direction and falling off the planet. Even at that point, when Nick Sirianni was interviewing to be the head coach of the Eagles and everybody else who interviewed, the plan was to fix Carson Wentz. The plan, and everybody was asked, how are you going to get Carson Wentz back on track? Carson ultimately was done with this organization, forced himself out. The rest is history. So you go to 2021. Jaylen has this surprising season as first-year starter, makes the playoffs. Weren't supposed to make the playoffs. Started 2-5, very similar to this year. Scaled back, but had a very good year for a first-year starting quarterback. Even after that season, and I bet people don't want to hear this. People want to forget it. People want to put the blindfold on. The Eagles were trying to convince Deshaun Watson to consider them, trying to convince Russell Wilson to consider them. Both did not for different reasons. Deshaun was close to Jaylen because they both worked out with Quincy Avery for many, many years. Didn't want to take away his option as a fellow African-American quarterback, so his guys didn't get chances and things like that. They were very close. Russell just didn't want to play here for whatever reason. Eagles, he's always been the white whale of the Eagles organization. Part of the reason why they drafted Jaylen Hurts in the second round, didn't wait to the third round, is because they didn't want to risk losing him because of what went down with Russell Wilson. But anyway, they were trying as late as after the 2021 season, they were trying to get somebody else. 2022, he takes off. Super Bowl, runner-up to MVP, and then, it's his team, and it's been his team since. But to me, you can't say, oh, that's best how he's moved. That was not the goal. That was a happy coincidence. Just like Jordan Mailata.
But without
that
draft
coincidence.
I understand what you're saying. You're looking more at intentional moves that were made.
Yes.
I understand what you're saying. Does the most winning era of Eagles football, the last 3 years, happen without the Jaylen Hurts draft pick?
Of course not. But it doesn't happen without the Jordan Mailata draft pick. It doesn't happen without the Jalen Carter draft pick.
Who's the most important player on the field, John? You say it all the time.
It's always the quarterback.
Okay.
But
that's it. That's my argument for it. I understand you're going process. I understand you're not wrong. They wanted Deshaun Watson. They never believed Jaylen Hurts would be this guy.
The question was Howie Roseman, not Jaylen Hurts. How can it be Howie's best
move Howie has made in his career as Eagles GM?
How can it be his
what
best?
Is it to you then? Well, what is yours?
Well, I've just explained it's a bigger structure because of what he does.
Yeah, well, you did. So you're mad at me for not answering the question. You're not really either. The single best move. I'm not saying the
single best move. You can make an argument. Single best move. You can make. You can.
Well, that's what I'm doing.
Is it? No. You could make an argument for a bunch of great players. You can't make an argument for a guy who turns. I would say the same thing about Jordan Mailata. You can't say Jordan Mailata because that wasn't that was a lottery ticket, and it turned into what it turned into. Andre Dillard, people don't even care about. They talk about Jalen Reagor. Why nobody talks about Jalen Reagor anymore because they finally fixed it and they got Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. and they finally fixed it. Best move, you can talk about AJ. You can talk about that trade. You can talk about Jalen Carter. You can talk about Landon Dickerson, I think, is a phenomenal move, and the guts for that. So many big-time players.
In my opinion, best move has to have massive impact. AJ Brown, yes, I'll put that up.
Saquon this year.
Saquon on the Mount Rushmore.
But see, same year this year. Saquon this year, not Zach Bond. Not Zach Bond. For Howie. Zach Bond is an all-pro player. Zach Bond has been phenomenal. I'm not giving Howie credit for signing a guy to taking a lottery ticket, and then fucking Vic Fangio makes him into.
I see what you're saying. I'm analyzing it a little bit differently than you are. I think the results have to be a part of it.
You're fine with the player. I don't have an issue with the player. You're judging the player. But to me, the question was about Howie.
Right. Well, I did, and that's fair. I did put a follow-up in saying I do give credit to Jaylen for seizing the moment, because this wasn't expected from him, and it was him who elevated his game and became the person that he is now.
You're arguing two different things. I'm arguing, that was not Howie's intent when he made that draft pick.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I just think it is because of we're in purgatory after Carson Wentz if that move wasn't made. Do you agree with that?
Well, they would have made a different move. I mean, I don't know where they went, but that's the greatness of Howie Roseman as a GM. Contingencies. I say it all the time. He's always got a plan B.
Right. Keith checks in. Unintentional great move, a result of the move.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unintentional great move. Exactly.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I'm still going to stick with my answer on it and rock with it, but I hear your point. Brian Pumper, why are dudes surprised the GOAT gets favorable calls? He has the cachet to get those flags. Pat is on a mission.
Happens in every sport. I talk about it all the time. Brian's right. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Greg Maddux. I was talking about baseball. He got 6 inches off the plate. Nobody else did. Why? Because he had pinpoint control and he'd keep pushing it. All right, he's giving me 2 inches. I'll take 2 inches. Give me 4. I'll take 4. Give me 6. I'll take 6. All great players get calls in every sport.
Good stuff. Let's get to. I'm going to do a quick live read here for BetUS, and then we got Caden Steele in the green room. So we're going to talk to Caden Steele coming up next of NJ.com. So we will do that. Here, let me tell you guys about the great people at BetUS. You can go there and check them out. Use the promo code YouTube150. Gives you 150% sign-up bonus on your very first deposit. And you get 125% on your second and third deposit, all up to $2,000. So deposit less and bet with more. One more Eagle game on the year, everybody. Who you betting on? I think I'm taking the Saquon Barkley over. I'm gonna take a wild guess. He's gonna have more than 7 carries for 16 yards, like Miles Sanders did in 22. So go ahead and sign up at BetUS, betus.com.pa. Use that promo code and tell them we sent you. So big thanks to them for sponsoring the show. And then I'll also say to the chat, put in the chat your guys' number one move that Howie Roseman has made in your tenure. I'll check out some of those comments after Caden Steele. So drop those in the chat. Me and John are in a disagreement on that. So good stuff there. Let's get to Caden Steele now, joining us from NJ.com. Caden, welcome to the show, man. How you doing on this Thursday morning as we prep for Super Bowl 59?
Doing well. Thanks for having me, guys.
Caden, good to see you, bud. I guess we'll wrap up the NFC Championship really quickly. That was a pretty dominating performance. I kind of had that feeling. You never predict a blowout like that, even though 3 NFC Championship games in recent Eagles history, they've all been blowouts at Lincoln Financial Field. But how did you feel coming out of that game versus coming into it from an Eagles perspective?
I mean, not too different. I didn't expect the score, like you said, to be, over 30 points of a gap, but I did think it would be a double-digit win. I thought throughout the week people kind of overthinking that game. You look at Washington, obviously Jaden Daniels has been incredible this season. Terry McLaurin is a really good player. I think Dan Quinn's done a good job, and Adam Peters has as well. But it's tough to build a roster, especially up front on the O-line and D-line in a year. I know they got some good interior guys, but edge rushers and just overall offensive line, no Sam Cosmi. I mean, Washington just wasn't ready for that type of matchup, and the Eagles are. either the first or second best team in football. So, I mean, it was a tough matchup for Washington. I didn't think they had much of a chance going in. It just shows you how dominant this Eagles team has been this year. And I think the crazy part about it is they won 55 and they put up 55 points, and I still think they were kind of sloppy at times. It kind of shows you, I mean, they're in control of these games. They don't have to play perfect every single minute, and they're still dominating most of their opponents, which I think speaks to the level of how good they are. So not much. It just shows me Washington's not ready, and obviously Eagles are a juggernaut.
Yeah, and obviously 55 points, as you mentioned, Kate, and that's the best offensive performance of the year for the Philadelphia Eagles, and it comes in the NFC title game. Pretty convenient time. How's that make you feel going into the Super Bowl now? You're trying to slay Goliath here, Caden, in the Chiefs and Mahomes and Andy Reid, and they're going for their three-peat. How do you feel about that matchup? Just early overall view on how these two teams match up. Should be a good one.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, I think the Eagles are an overall better team from top to bottom on defense and offense. But the two most important factors is, you can't forget that Andy Reid's a better coach than Nick Sirianni, even though Nick's done a great job. And you can't forget about Mahomes. I mean, it's just that factor. You can't ignore that. But yeah, I mean, I think the Eagles are a better team. I think they're a better team than they were in 2022 when they put the Chiefs last. The defense, I think, is faster. It's obviously younger. I think they match up a little better. And I think offensively, they're better. Obviously, Saquon's been amazing. The offensive line, which is crazy to say that offensive line was great. You can make an argument this offensive line's even better. I think they have a really good chance of winning this game. But I mean, it's tough to bet against Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, and it's that feeling of even if the Eagles are a better team, those guys always find a way. But I feel good overall about the Eagles' chances of winning this game. I think they have a decent shot. So.
They had a decent shot last time. I do. But if you look at the path through the NFC, was a lot easier, I think, than we all expected, at least from the standpoint of how things shook out. And you think about Green Bay, the Rams, Washington, it could have been Green Bay, Minnesota, whatever. I don't know how it matched up, or Detroit at some point. But the NFC North turned into the SEC. I do believe the Chiefs are a heck of a lot better than the Commanders, Rams, and Packers. Any impact on, I don't know if you can ever call a postseason a soft schedule, but this is as soft as it could possibly have gone for the Eagles. And now all of a sudden you get that uptick. Am I making sense here? I'm a little concerned by that because it's been too easy almost.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, the AFC, obviously, they had to play Buffalo, which is a lot tougher game than the Eagles had to play. But the week before, they played a Houston team. Yeah, I mean, I think it's fair. It's been.
Well, I just mean from the Eagles' perspective. I think you're going way up in opponent. Even though I agree with you, I think the Eagles are more talented.
Yeah, I think there's something to it. In terms of, I mean, you look at those three teams, you can point out weaknesses in all of them. And I don't think coming into the playoffs, you could say any of those three teams were truly strong contenders. I mean, all three teams there. I mean, the Rams, Washington, and Green Bay. I all thought they were going to lose in the first round. So I mean, they all advanced farther. So yeah, I think in terms of the competition level, there could be some concern. I think the best team the Eagles beat this year was Baltimore, and that was 2 months ago. So there could be. I guess I'm not overly concerned about it, but I mean, I think there is something to it that the Eagles haven't played a team of Kansas City's level, and it's going to be a tough test. And I think the one thing about Kansas City that is different than the rest of his teams is, I mean, it's simple, but it's the Reid and Mahomes connection, and this team always finds ways to win games. They're always prepared. It's going to be a different level of coaching, quarterback play, defensive play. Like they haven't played a DC like Steve Spagnuolo yet. And I think
Spags. I was a drink. People in Philadelphia love Spags. I think Vic's better than Spags. I think he is.
They're both.
They're both great, but I see more of a drop off from Spags. I think Spags is about situations, and I think Spags is about splash and sizzle. Bick's the steak. Bick is just rock solid. I think the Eagles have advantage at defensive coordinator, but I am in a very small minority because everybody loves Spags. Spags is going to the Hall of Fame. Spags is the best defensive coordinator of all time. Yada, yada, yada. Why does everybody copy Vic Fangio? Why does nobody copy Steve Spagnuolo? That's how I say in the industry.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair point. And on top of that, I just think generally the Eagles, I mean, Kansas City's had a really good defense last year. They still have a pretty good defense. I think the Eagles have better defensive talent than Kansas City. Kansas City's front four is pretty good. The linebackers with Chenal and Bolton are pretty solid as well. But I think there is some opportunities in their back seven.
McDuffie's pretty good. Reed's pretty good. McDuffie and Reed are pretty good.
Yeah, but just overall, I just don't know if they have the strength that Philadelphia's defense does from from the front to back. But it's gonna be. I mean, it's not gonna be easy to run the ball against them. I mean, I know they've had some struggles in the playoffs, but overall, they're a well-coached defense, and this is probably gonna be the toughest defense they face in the playoffs as well. And on top of the fact that Steve Spagnuolo is a good DC, so it's gonna be a challenge.
No doubt about it, Caden. When you look at this game, I was rewatching. I was telling John I rewatched on NFL Network the Super Bowl 57 last night. I look at these two teams, and I'm going to ask you to do the same thing without – I'm polluting the question, I know. I think the 24 Eagles are better than the 22 Eagles. I think the 24 Chiefs are slightly worse than the 22 Chiefs. How do you see these two teams as compared to how they played in the Super Bowl 2 years ago?
Yeah, I think it's tough to say that the Chiefs are slightly worse because they continue just to win and win.
They're 17-1.
Yeah,
it's hard to say that, I know.
But I don't even say 17-2 because I don't count week 18. They're 17-1.
But I think on paper, I mean, you can make that argument. I mean, but I don't think the Kansas City shows you on paper and personnel and all that doesn't matter because of the formula that they have with Reed and Mahomes and Spagnuolo and the defense. But yeah, I think the Eagles have an obvious upgrade in talent, a lot of different positions. I mean, Jalen Carter, Zach Bond, the corners, the young corners, the way they're playing with Slay and still playing at a really good high level at his age. I mean, Saquon, I think the Eagles have a more noticeable impact and upgrade in talent. And I think it's fair to say the Eagles are probably a lot better than they were in 2022 compared to the Chiefs.
I will die on my James Bradbury Hill, Caden Steele. I
was
think
playing
because of what went on in 2023, where he was terrible, and obviously this year where he hasn't played, people forget how good he was in 2022. He was a second-team All-Pro, probably should have been a first-team All-Pro. He was by far in a microcosm of one season. He was by far the best cornerback the Eagles have had on either team in that season. And my second point would be Jaylen Hurts was the runner-up MVP that season. By far his best season. He's not playing close to that level this season. So why is everybody so steadfast that this group is better than that group? I think it's close. But, boy, losses, it's amazing. And, by the way, they lost to one of the great dynasties in NFL history that's in a position to be the first team to win 3 Super Bowls by 3 points on the biggest stage. And everybody's hell-bent on saying this group is better than that group. I don't think I think it's a lot closer than people think it is.
Yeah. 2022 was obviously still a really good team, so it's tough to say one's marginally, better than the other. I think the style that they're playing is better. I truly do think they can win the way they've been playing the entire year. I know they passed a little more against Washington, and they've proven they can do that, but just the physicality, I think this team's more physical. They're more violent. I think they wear teams down more. I mean, you look back at 2022, they could run the ball with Miles Sanders, but not to the level that they're currently doing. I think this defense is a little more physical. I think Vic Fangio is a better DC than Jonathan Gannon, even though as good as Jonathan Gannon was. So I still would probably take this team. But I see your point. I mean, 2022, Jaylen Hurts, he was playing at an MVP level. He's currently not. I still think he's a good quarterback, but
he's a very good quarterback. But quarterbacks have up seasons, down season.
Right.
This is from his status. This is a down season. That was his best season.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, there's unintended consequences to running the football as well as the Eagles have had, and it has impacted Jaylen Hurts. Part of it's not even his fault. It's just the way they're playing, as you mentioned. But even like Fletcher Cox versus Jalen Carter, nobody said me on this show, and Zander can tell you, Caden, I was on board with the Jalen Carter pick from day one. I think he's one of the certainly the most talented Eagles defensive player they've had in many years. You might have to go all the way back to Reggie White, just from a pure talent standpoint. But Fletcher knew how to play and was farther along. He was like the Chris Jones type who has a shitload of talent and also knows how to play. Like Jaylen has taken many steps, but there's still room to grow. There's still room to grow. Yeah, overall, I think it's way closer than people make it out to be. And I can make a strong argument for that 2023 team.
Yeah. I think the difference, I guess, from my perspective, from the defensive line perspective, you look at the defensive tackles that were in that group. I mean, you have Linval Joseph and Ndamukong Suh and Fletch. And I mean, Fletch, I kind of take out
smart players, man. Smart, knew how to play.
True.
Jordan Davis, basically. I'll tell you what, after Jordan Davis got hurt, he couldn't get back on the field because Linval was playing too good. You know. Marcus Epps. People forget about Marcus Epps. How steady was Marcus Epps that year?
Yeah, he had a big hit on Mahomes in that game too.
CJ was the biggest playmaker in football. I always joked, what did CJ Gardner-Johnson and Dak Prescott have in common that year?
What is it?
They both led the NFL in interceptions, and they both missed 5 games. He had 6 interceptions this year. He had 6 interceptions that year, but he did it in 12 games that year. Yeah, I don't know, man. I do not know. And Hassan Reddick, I've been brought up Hassan Reddick, one of the greatest defensive seasons in Eagles history. Hassan Reddick that year.
It's so hard to analyze that part of it, though, because they were all non-existent in the Super Bowl because of the field.
But again, that's not the question. What was the better team? Yeah, you can't control the field. Yes, limited the pass rush in that particular game. But over the entire season, are you really going to say the Eagles pass rush this year was better than the Eagles pass rush that year?
I'm not, but I'm going to say it has the chance to be better in the Super Bowl because of a field being better. I mean, if you go into a Super Bowl and the best part of your team is mitigated from field conditions, I mean, that's
fine, but we're moving the goalposts. I'm talking about who was a better team, this group or that group. I'm not talking about in one Super Bowl because of a field. I'm talking about who was a better team. I didn't know the field was going to be that shitty showing up for that Super Bowl. Yeah. I don't think anybody else did either. So I can't really go an analysis and say you should change your whole team, because all I'm trying to say is they don't have a player like Hassan Reddick played in 2022 on this team. I mean, that's self-evident. Even Hassan Reddick wasn't Hassan Reddick of 2022 and 2023. He had one of the great defensive seasons in Eagles history. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's tough to compare because I think they're both really good. There's parts of this Eagles defense I think is currently better. Like, you know, TJ Edwards, as good as he played, I don't think is the player that Zach Bond has been.
No, Zach
this season.
But TJ was very good.
TJ was very good. The secondary with the 3 corners, I get Bradbury's slate, but you know, the level that Eugene's been playing in the nickel, in addition, I mean, I think that's been an upgrade to what they had in 2022. It's tough. I mean, I think the biggest factor for me, and he's not a player, is Vic Fangio. I think Vic Fangio is just better than Gannon, and that's the part.
I love Gannon, as people know, and I love Vic, but Vic's better. Yeah, Vic's better. No doubt about it.
How about this as a sleeper, Caden, for an impact in the Super Bowl? special teams. All right. It had a big impact in the 57 Super Bowl. You remember the Kadarius Toney punt return. And then I think they have a much better kicker than we do as well. Harrison Butker over Jake Elliott. He's been, he's one of the best kickers in the league. How much could special teams play a role in this game? There has been a couple, I don't want to say lapses, but the special teams made some mistakes this year. What do you think about special teams coming into this game?
Yeah, it could definitely play a role in this game, because I imagine this game is going to be a close game. I don't see the Eagles going up by 14 or 17 in this game, early controlling things. I think it's going to come down to the wire. And if we're going to be honest with ourselves, Jake Elliott hasn't been consistent this year. Missing PATs, one field goal, from 50 yards. I mean, it just hasn't been the same. And overall, the special teams unit's been inconsistent. I think in the playoffs, they've done a much better job. I mean, we see Will Shipley force a fumble, Oren Burks, the week before. It could play an impact, because I don't have too much confidence in Jake Elliott right now. Maybe I should, because he's been there, he's done it. But
it's indoors too. That'll help. Yeah,
indoors will help. But just overall, just the product this year from him hasn't been that good. And I don't know. It's tough for me to bet on what he's done in the past when I haven't seen him be consistent throughout the entire season.
I don't want to make excuses for Jake because he hasn't had a good season. But after rewatching the NFC Championship game, I haven't brought this up enough. I should. Rick Lovato had a really bad game. Rick has been a great. Nobody talks about the long snapper. They weren't, the only time they're noticed is when it's a really bad snap and it goes awry. But when you watch missed field goals in this league, so many of them are either the result from a bad snap or a bad hold. And Rick had a really bad game against Washington. And I noticed that. And I think that impacted Jake Elliott, who's a stand-up guy. And that might be something to keep an eye on. Because, long snappers play generally good ones. Like Rick has been very good for many years. But I think the decline has started there. And I think that's impacted Jake Elliott this season. And I haven't mentioned that enough, and I should, because I think it explains a lot of the inconsistencies of Jake Elliott this year as opposed to years past. Could be wrong, but I've noticed it way too much this year. Have you noticed that at all?
Honestly, I have not. You've done a more extensive study of Rick Lovato, and maybe I'll need to go back and, I think it, like you said, I mean, long snapper is a position you don't really notice, but I mean, there could be definitely some weight to that. Jake Elliott's been off this year, and you wonder why. Whether for kickers, sometimes you think about the mental aspect. If there's something there, or a physical aspect of an injury that hasn't been really talked about. I mean, it just hasn't looked the same. So perhaps the special teams unit in general just hasn't been a sync with Rick, Braden, and him. So, and
the operation hasn't been great. Hasn't been great this year, but I'm glad Zander brought that up, because I forgot I mentioned after watching the Washington game again, I saw it a couple times. And it's weird because he's been rock solid for so many years, but everybody's got a shelf life, and that might be the case coming up in the off season, but it isn't going to matter in the playoffs, the postseason. So I want to be inclusive, Caden, and I'm very upfront. I don't talk about officials. I hate people who talk about officials. I hate people who make excuses about officials. But let's be inclusive and include them. You got so many people who believe that Patrick Mahomes is getting every call. So why are we all going to New Orleans? Why bother? Why bother?
I mean, there's some validity to him getting calls for sure. He obviously gets away with more than some other quarterbacks do. I don't think it's a why bother situation, but I mean, I get some of the frustration, because when I watch the Chiefs, I guess the thing that bothers me from just objectively watching football is when Mahomes runs around. And it's smart because he gets the calls, but he runs around for 2 minutes waiting for the hit before he slides, and he draws contact, And
I think he's a smart player. I give him credit for
he
that.
takes advantage of it. I agree with
Yeah.
him. Objectively, from a fan perspective.
You know what I think is brilliant? When he stops on the sideline and he invites people to hit him. I think that's brilliant. I look at it completely different than anybody else.
I agree, John. Smart football. You're going to get a call. You're going to get 15 yards. That's strategic. I mean, it's like anything in life.
It's like an NBA player drawing a foul. I mean, why do people get upset by that? You know, guys,
because it happens to their team. That's why.
I think it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant, and everybody else should study it at quarterback.
I think Jaylen Hurts could take advantage of it a lot when he's on the move.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a problem. But yeah, I'm not saying people shouldn't show up in New Orleans. I'm saying it's comical that people have gotten to this point and say, you know, the league is scripted and this and that. Taylor Swift, they want Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl, yada, yada, yada. 150 billion people are going to watch the Super Bowl, whether Taylor Swift shows up or not.
Yeah. And the refs aren't going to control whether you win. Even if you go back to 2022, I mean, if the defense made a couple stops in that game, you know, it wouldn't have been as close. It wouldn't have come down to a holding penalty. If Jaylen Hurts didn't fumble, it wouldn't have came down to a holding penalty. I don't think the refs are going to dictate the overall outcome of this game. I mean, it might be a flag or two that you aren't happy about, but yeah, I don't like necessarily some of the stuff that Mahomes gets away with. I'm different on that. I don't think he's wrong for doing it because it is smart. I do think there is some, I don't know. I think it's tough as a defender
I agree with that. I feel bad. I feel bad for defenders. I'm the guy who doesn't think, you know, the Devontae Smith hit was a penalty. Well, Devontae doesn't, you know, the guy led with his shoulder. That's what he's supposed to do. I feel bad for defenders because, and especially with roughing the passer calls, it's like, what do you do at times? So I'm with you, but I would say, and you know, people hate the legislation. The officials are doing what they're told to do for the most part. I think they do a relatively good job. They're human beings. They make mistakes all the time. But I think they do a relatively good job. People just hate the legislation of the game, the rules of the game, what they consider roughing the passer. Because a lot of times it looks like, all right, that's a good sack. But that's what they want them to call to protect the quarterbacks.
It's part of the game now, so no doubt about it. Caden, tell me if I'm off on this. I might be. I'm an Eagles fan, admittedly, so I want them to win the game, and I think they're going to win the game. I think the same thing that's been a difference for the Eagles all season long is what's going to be a difference in the Super Bowl. Saquon Barkley in the running game and the number one defense overall, making a play, creating a turnover, punching at a ball, picking up a fumble, something like that on defense, and then you add in Saquon Barkley. I think it's going to be too much for the Chiefs. Is that too simple and too easy for the Eagles to win the Super Bowl with those two things?
Yeah. To be fun to watch. I think this game is fun in particular because it's a battle of a team that they had a turnover last week in the Chiefs, but it was the first time since week 11. So the team that generally doesn't turn over the football is safe, smart, versus the team that has gotten it down to a science where it seems they punch out the football, they create turnovers, they get interceptions. I think that element of it will be fun. It will be a test. I mean, Kansas City, they don't, generally turn over the football, but then the Eagles do. So I do think they'll be able to run the ball. You saw the success last week that James Cook had against Kansas City. I don't think it's, like Colin Cowherd and other people I've seen saying this week that the Eagles are going to get shut down. I mean, I think this generally is going to be
Colin Cowherd. Eagles shut down. Engagement director. Yeah.
I think it'll be a generally high-scoring game.
He said they're not even getting into the red zone. That was an egregious comment from Colin. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Not getting in the red zone in the modern NFL?
That's what he said, yeah. I don't know why, but that's what he said.
Yeah, that's silly.
They should be able to run the ball, though. And I think, the turnover factor will be different. I think the main edge the Eagles have in this game is, I think up front, as good as Kansas City is with the interior offensive line, I think those tackles have been in a weakness in this entire season. And I think that's the part where you could take advantage of. Saw it in the Texans game. I know they don't have Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter, but it's different. But Nolan Smith's been playing really well recently. I think Josh Sweat's still a solid player. I think they can take advantage of them on the perimeter of their offensive line and create some pressure on Mahomes. As long as the field, like you said, Zander, is not ripped apart, I think they're going to be able to get after Mahomes in the Super Bowl. I think they'll still be able to create some interior pressure because as good as Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith and those guys are, you still got to go against Jalen Carter. It's a tough matchup. I think that's where this difference can be. And I don't think Kansas City's wide receivers are all that great. I mean, I get Hopkins is not the same player he used to be. Worthy's kind of one-dimensional, in my opinion. So I think they can create some pressure on Mahomes, and they can make a lot of stops, and maybe that leads to some more turnovers in this game. I mean, they're just really good at it. They study, they talk about it, and they punch out the football at a high rate now.
Yeah.
So
the peanut punch,
Man,
Nick just talked about putting together every single clip of Charles Tillman over the years doing a peanut punch and showing it to all his players, which I think all teams do at this point. Charles Tillman has become famous because of his peanut punch, and every team tries to. Jalen Carter's phenomenal at it, by the way.
Amazing.
And so was Zach Bond. Those are the
Zach
two
Bond.
guys.
I was going to say Zach Bond is.
But I would say Jalen, typically the goal is that the first guy gets in like Cooper did, and then Zach comes in as the second guy and tries to punch it. That's the typical way you do it. Jalen Carter just avoids the middleman. He's just been unbelievable. I think he'd be a great heavyweight boxer, man. He's got pinpoint accuracy with that short punch. And he's an amazing player, Jalen Carter. Now, all right. Since everybody goes this route, and make sure you follow Caden on the X platform at Caden_Steele19. Follow him there. Read him at nj.com. Does a tremendous job there. The Chiefs had the best quarterback and the best coach. It's always quarterback versus quarterback. Everybody boils it down. How do you overcome that?
I think you overcome that. I mean, by dictating your terms like they've been doing the entire year. I think long drives, sustaining drives where you wear Kansas City out with Saquon, if you can establish that element of the game. And I think it's the turnovers. I mean, it's an important factor, but they've been so good at it every single week. If they could steal a possession or two from Kansas City, I think that's what gives the Eagles the advantage. It's going to be tough because Kansas City doesn't do it. And you win up front against Kansas City. I think in 2022, you thought they might be able to, but obviously the field played a factor. But even in 2022, I think Kansas City's tackles were better with Orlando Brown and Andrew Wiley than the current group they have.
I don't know. Joe Thuney had a great game last week. They moved Joe Thuney, who's a great guard, and they had so many problems at left tackle, and they finally said, "Screw it, we're going to move Thuney out there," and he did a big time job in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, I guess that leaves him a little weaker on the inside, though. If you want to go against Mike,
that's true. Yeah,
Caliendo and the right side, Jawan Taylor. He's been one of the more inconsistent right tackles in football.
Oh, he's a penalty machine.
Yeah. I think they can take advantage of that element. So I think if they can dominate them up front, if they can run the ball and they can force turn, I think if they play the way they want to play, they'll win this game. But if it gets into, and look, Jalen's played great, and I think he can have a good game, and he did in 2022. But I think this team likes to win that way. I don't think it has anything necessarily as a knock.
All right, I'm going to boil it down even further. I'm going to get you on the record. It is 27-23. Kansas City gets the ball with 2 minutes left, one timeout, right at the 2-minute warning. Need a touchdown to win. Who wins Super Bowl 59?
Probably Kansas City. I mean, I just want to feel good about that. If I were, and that's why they have to win the way they've been doing all year. It's not getting into that position. They have to dominate the time of possession, and they have to control the game. Because I mean, you don't want to be in that position. We've seen them make stops before. They made the stop against the Rams.
Nick's going to beat them in that situation.
I mean, it's
Nick's going to slay the
I
dragon.
don't know, man. I don't know. Stopping these other guys is not the same as stopping Mahomes. Remember, the Chiefs didn't have the lead in that Super Bowl until the fourth quarter. Not once did they lead in the game until the fourth quarter.
Man.
So Eagles fans felt damn good about the whole game, and then the fourth quarter happens and everything turns. So I'm with you, man. We better have a good lead in that fourth quarter. I'm going to be on the edge of my seat, no doubt about it. Caden, thanks for joining the show today, man. We appreciate it. Caden, sorry I don't have your X in front of me. What's your handle for the people to go and follow you over on Twitter?
Yeah, at Caden Steele.
Caden underscore Steele.
Caden underscore Steele. Got it. So that's CAYDEN_Steele. How about that for a last name, everybody? Steele. I'm jealous of that last name.
He's got like a superhero name.
Yeah, it really is. It sounds like it could be a comic book or a movie or a super Marvel movie or something. Caden, thank you, brother. We appreciate you joining in today. Enjoy the build up to the Super Bowl, and hopefully we'll talk to you after. All right, man?
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks, bud.
There from Caden Steele joining us here from NJ.com. Does great work. One of the new guys that the Eagles beats. Is this his first year, John, Caden? Or second year?
Second
year for Caden Steele. So good stuff from Caden, Johnny Mack. I do want to hit a couple super chats. We got 5 minutes to go. The Birds will hit the practice field today. All right. The Birds will hit the practice field today.
I think it starts after midnight, so it might be tomorrow.
I want to do football 24/7 to keep these people posted. It might be 9 p.m. by that point.
Yeah, it might be, Eagles. Man. Might be.
Man in Black says, Howie's best move is still in hiding, and Lewis Seen is going to be a big-time player next year. You heard it here first.
Wow. Lewis, come on, dude.
I'm going to go ahead and say no.
I'm going to say, come on, dude. Really nice kid. Really nice.
How about this? All right, this next one, John, you might agree is Howie's best move. Maybe not. Philly to Chicago. Let's see what John says. Trading Carson was Howie's best move. He was obviously an aggression, and the compensation we received turned into gold.
Hey, I got news for you. Both ends of that. Trading for Carson Wentz was one of his best moves, and trading Carson Wentz was one of his best moves.
I'll give you that. That's a good point.
There's a lot of revisionist history, as I always say. I've said in this show, Carson Wentz is a very, 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 very big part of the Eagles' only Super Bowl championship. They are not in a position to do what they did without Carson Wentz.
I agree. You actually, I went results-based with my pick in Jaylen Hurts. You could easily make the argument that trading up for Carson was the best move because it resulted in hardware.
Still only one. Could be two. Could be two after February 9th, but still only one.
D. Hughes checks in. He says, we got too conservative last Super Bowl. 4th and 5, settled for a field goal, went down 28-27. Next possession, punt on 4th and 2, went down 8. Less aggressive, should have been more. Yeah, but that 4th and 2, D. Hughes, you were on your own 30 or 35-yard line.
Yeah.
You want to go for it there in a Super Bowl?
I'm Mr. Aggressive, but yeah, I'm not in a tight game.
I'm not. Right, John?
Yeah. I don't have a problem with that. Now, plus territory, I got a big problem with it.
Yeah, I agree with.
But at your own, where was it? 30, 35, wherever. Yeah, that's no. In a close game, unfortunately, you got to punt the football. Now, with this particular team, I would be very aggressive in tush-push range. Like, I'm not giving up possessions. But, that's 4th and 1 or less. I wouldn't leave the field at that point because I don't like giving up possessions if I don't have to. But 4th and 2, you gotta punt it.
I didn't, I thought they were decently aggressive in that game, but I hear you. Remember, they went for it late or early in the first half and late in the second quarter, and then they got the Chiefs to jump, and that was when Jaylen Hurts got the touchdown on 4th and 2. They got the Chiefs to jump. So I don't know. I thought the aggressiveness was all right, D. Hughes, but I hear what you're saying. There was a couple moments where that were, could have gone either way. Dirty D checks in. John, you're right. I was saying the thing. Brett Mann has done a hell of a job taking those bad snaps and getting them right. Yeah, he had some crazy holds in that snow game versus the Rams.
Yeah, it's been a problem.
That's the type of knowledge you get here, though, from John McMullen. You won't hear another person talking about Rick Lovato being off on his snaps.
Well, it's something you don't pay attention to until you do. And I start looking at the missed stuff, and it's been because not 9 times out of 10, I always talk about Gary Anderson, 99 championship game. First perfect season in NFL history, misses the big kick that essentially cost Minnesota the game. It's a bad snap. Guys like that don't miss unless there's something off.
It's true.
And I think that's not all of it, but I think that's been a big part of Jake's regression this year.
D. Hughes checks in. If you had to choose to be less or more aggressive than your average, you have to be more. 4th and 2 in our own territory. Shouldn't have punted to Tony. He sent this before we answered his first one, but yeah, D. Hughes, I don't agree.
No.
Yeah, I would rather have seen better special teams coverage. Don't let fucking Darius Tony take the ball down to the 3-yard line.
Boy, who was the punter that filled in for CPOS? Brett Kern. Brett Kern was not good. Brett Kern was a great punter for many years. He was like 17, 18-year veteran, was at the end of the line when the Eagles brought him in when Aaron CPOS got hurt. And I thought that was you're talking about one of Howie's biggest mistakes. And you talk about stuff nobody talks about. I'm going to talk about stuff nobody talks about right now. They went back to Aaron CPOS out of a loyalty more than anything else. Because, he had punted 4 games and the 2 games in the playoffs, Brett Kern, because Aaron was injured. And he wasn't great by any stretch of the imagination. But I guarantee he would have kicked it the right way. And for some reason, they went back to Aaron CPOS in the Super Bowl. It was a big freaking mistake that showed up. It was a poor decision. Yeah. And they should have went with the veteran guy. And I don't know what would have happened, but I guarantee if you kick it the right way, Tony isn't going the distance he went on that punt return because the coverage was totally out of whack because the guy kicked it to the wrong side of the field. And Kern wouldn't have done that.
Tough one there. Josh B checks in. Josh, appreciate you, man. Disagree with J-Mac. If it's the last drive we lose, Vic has only beat one team on the last drive this year. It's Vic's kryptonite. And he was 13 yards away from losing to the Rams, too, in the snow.
Yeah.
I'm with Josh B here, John.
But they won, didn't they?
They did win. They did win.
They won. They beat the Rams. I was just playing it up with Caden.
I know what you were doing, but yeah.
If
the one thing I disagree with you, or not disagree, but I'll push back on is, with the road to the Super Bowl, don't the Chiefs have an increase in competition too?
No. Well, I'm saying
they played who? The Chargers and who?
Well, I was talking from
the Houston Texans.
I think. To be honest, I think Houston is better than every team the Eagles played in the playoffs.
Really?
Yes. I certainly think Buffalo. Maybe. I certainly think Buffalo is. Chargers, not so much. I think they had a tougher road. But that's not the Eagles' fault. I only brought it up. I mean, it's not the Eagles' fault who wins and who loses. In other games, you just play who's in front of you. The uptick in competition is pretty significant from the Eagles with the Commanders to the Chiefs versus, and I would say Rams, Commanders to Chiefs versus Texans, Bills to Eagles for Kansas City. I think it's pretty significant, to be honest.
Kirsten Carter becomes a member. Thank you, Kirsten. I'll hit that on that in a second when we go into Zander time here. Johnny Mac, good stuff, brother. Appreciate today. You're heading down to NovaCare now. You got a long day, man, with this 3:30 practice.
Oh, man. Yeah. Locker room's not even until 5 o'clock. It's like everybody else is going home. I'm just getting started.
You got to be kidding me. All right, Johnny Mac, good stuff today, man. Any final thoughts on the show today? I thought we broke down some good stuff, kind of rehashed the difference between this Super Bowl and the 22 Super Bowl and where they differ. Anything else, John, on your mind you want to get out here for the great people of Birds 365?
A process over results. Always. And you'll hear Nick talk about it constantly. Process over results.
Good
So
stuff,
you'll
John.
somebody else, some TV guy today will say, well, Nick's not talking today, but down the Super Bowl, talking about this game being different, he'll say, nope, same as week 8, same as week 7, same as week 6. Process over results.
Good stuff, Johnny Mac. Appreciate you checking in, brother. We will talk to you maybe tonight on a football 24/7, and if not, a Birds 365 tomorrow morning. Thank you, brother.
All right. Thanks, Zander. See you.
All right. Good stuff from John McMullen joining us here on Birds 365, the #1 Eagles beat reporter in town. Nobody covers the Eagles like John. And I, maybe this is biased because I'm a JAKIB guy, but we're all lucky to have John do a 2-hour show a day. You go into other sports cities. We had a guy check in the other day, a Kansas City Chief fan. He checks in and he's like, what the hell? I would love to have a channel that covers the Chiefs for 6 hours live a day. All right. I'm like, yeah, I appreciate that comment because, it is nice. It is nice to have it. All right. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Kirsten, thank you so much for becoming a member. She says, hey, Big Z said my name correctly. Glad to support. I watch Birds 365 every day, typically after it's over since I'm in Oklahoma. Kirsten, thank you so much for becoming a member and for your support of the channel. It means a lot to me, and I appreciate that very much. What is going on with the likes? All right, what's going on with the likes? We low on the like? We low on the likes or something going on? Also, I'm getting emails from people. I'm getting comments from people. What's going on in the chat? I mean, these people message me. I'm like, who wants to take a guess at something? Make a guess how many live comments, chats we get on a JAKIB show per day. Okay? Guess how many live comments we average in the chat box on a show on a given day. Guess. Somebody make a guess, okay? Somebody make a guess. Josh B says 10,000. 20,000 is a little heavy, Brandon. 1,000, a lot more than 1,000. 2,000 Dave Sportscast. 15K is a little heavy. 12.45 a little heavy. Birds 365, Dirty D. You're right near the money. All right. Birds 365 averages 6,000 and Cilio averages 9,000. Okay. If you guys believe I can police 9,000 chats, you got another thing coming. Okay. I am not here to police 9,000 chats. All right. This guy's commenting. What's this? Who picked on Niall today? My guess would be Flex. Who picked on Niall today? Hey, he's commenting. F your channel, blah, blah, blah. Like, all right, dude, you're crying with somebody in the YouTube chat. What do you want me to do about it? Either enjoy the show or shut up and get out of here. I mean, you got to be kidding me. Let me read you guys. Where's Niall? Where is this comment? I mean, I hate to do it. I really don't like to spend time on this crap. I mean, seriously, we got 9,000 chats a day and people are like, Zander, how could you let someone say this? How about you all be grown, okay? Flexing, stop timing people out, too. Just if you guys are going to bitch, I really don't care that you fight, all right? But don't time people out because that's where they get all butthurt. Whatever. I mean, this dude, I got 10 comments from him. Niall, who timed me out? Blah, blah, blah. This channel sucks. You suck, Zander. I'm like, all right, whatever, dude. I'm not here to argue with you guys. All right, we're going to do some Zander time. I want to show you guys what I got. We need more likes, though. How many likes do we have on the show? All right. How many likes do we have? I know Flex didn't start it, but Flex, listen, people are going to be relentless, and I don't blame it. If you're going to talk shit on somebody, you better be prepared to get talk shit back to you, or just sit down, shut the hell up, and don't talk shit. There's plenty of people in here who listen to the show every day and don't talk shit. All right. I'm not completely sure. All right, here we go. All right, I got some fun jerseys for the people. All right. I got some fun jerseys for the people. You know, a lot of people were calling for O-line, D-line, different stuff. All right, I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody's support of the channel, as always. Big thanks again to Kirsten for our new member. Appreciate that, Kirsten. And somebody else became a member today. Let me get you. Nate the God. Nate, thank you, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you, man. Dirty D checks in and says, delete the wrenches and give me one. I won't time nobody out. I got to do a revamp of the wrenches. I'll do that in the offseason. All right. All right, here we go. Let's look at some of these jerseys together. All right. All right, I got one more of these. I don't know if it's going to be for Cilio or not. It's a Jerome Brown with the Jerome Brown patch. All right. Now, let me say this to you guys. The Eagles are in the Super Bowl, and you know what that means. That means these jerseys are selling like hotcakes. I was talking to my buddy yesterday. He's like, dude, I am selling jerseys right now faster than I know what to do. And get your jerseys because I don't know how long I'm going to have them. And the Saquons are going crazy. All right. I got Jordan Mailata. I got a Jordan Mailata jersey. I got a lot of people have been waiting for this one. Jalen Carter. I got a Jalen Carter jersey. Another Jalen Carter jersey. A 2-6 Saquon. Another 2-6 Saquon. A 1 Jaylen Hurts. You know, it's funny. I was talking to him. I'm like, what jerseys should are people buying and not buying? He's like, I can't sell Jaylen Hurts. Nobody wants Jaylen Hurts jerseys. I'm like, huh? Nobody wants 2B1. And I got another Zach Bond. All right. So I got some good jerseys. We got Carter. We got Mailata. I got another Bond. I got more Saquon. I still have a DeJean in here. And I have a Jalen Hurts. All right. So I got some new names. We've been doing a lot of DeJean. I had a lot of Mitchell. We had a lot of Saquon. Obviously, most people want Saquon. I will say that. Most people want Saquon. All right. And I am going to be able to get the Super Bowl patch jerseys. I am going to be able to get the Super Bowl patch jerseys if they win. I'm not doing it until they win. All right. I'm not doing it until they win. All right. What's going on in this chat? Is everybody still crying about a bunch of shit? I love when people reach out and tell me that, you know, how to do what I do. Thanks, but chill, please. All right. I sit here for 14 hours a day. I don't need you to tell me how to do my job. Okay. Motherfuckers. Yeah, I went hard. Yeah, Brian, this is all because of those super chats from the postgame show. Remember, so we had a big postgame show. T-Bone dropped a hundo. T-Will dropped a hundo. A bunch of people were dropping hundreds, man. It was wild. So we got a bunch of jerseys to give away for the people. Now, I can get different colors, James. I like the Kelly green. I mean, I could get a white. I could get regular. I could get midnight green. You know, I'll go down that road. I could do more of that potentially. Theo says, Zander, be you, the only you. Theo, I don't know how to be anything other than me, brother. I never have my whole life. You know, some people say I'm a little too unapologetically me, okay? And I'm all right with that. James says, keep up the good work. Appreciate you, James. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Appreciate everybody in here. Okay. I got all these jerseys. So I'm giving them out before the Super Bowl no matter what. All right? No matter what. But many people are saying we're not getting enough likes to do giveaways. Okay, I do love doing giveaways, but it is, you know, it is hard-earned money coming right out of the pocket, which is all good. But I got to get some reciprocation of love. 197 likes is pretty pitiful. We had over 600 watching the show for most of the day today. All right, here we go. Sorry, I had to handle that. Prince says, Xander's a better person than me. I wouldn't do a giveaway today. 197 likes is weak. Yeah, Kirsten. Kirsten, this is what I mean. Moves too fast. Nobody can keep up with it. I can't. I don't keep up with it. I try and read some stuff that sticks out to me. But that's what I mean. People are like, how could you let them do this? I'm like, do what? You guys are crying. You guys are all in the chat. All of you. All right. If you can't handle it, then don't be in the chat. If you can't handle the heat, then get out of the kitchen. I appreciate this, TK. Zander, your real supporters are here for more than just giveaways. No doubt. We've had people watching this show since well before I did giveaways. Believe me. A lot of people lurk their head, though, when you do giveaways, which is all right. I'm good with that. I'm good with people. Theo says, you from Philly? Absolutely, Theo. Born and raised here, still live here. And to be honest, Theo, with what I do now, I'm probably never going to leave here. I would leave here. I like some other places, but born and raised, brother, this is what I know. This is where my family, this is where my parents are. This is where my siblings are. This is where the Krause legacy lives, So it would be it would be unlikely for me to ever leave this area. All right, what should we give away today? Because we're so low on likes, I'm not doing a Carter. I'm not doing a Mailata. I don't even want to do Jaylen Hurts. I don't want to do Saquon. Are we going back down the DeJean route? Are we going to go back down the DeJean route? Yeah, this is a good way to do it. Shady Westbrook Montgomery. Look at that name. Why does this account look familiar? This might be a new name to count. Let me check. Because I like to know the people I'm responding to. Let me see. Yes, I knew this was you. So this is all right. I like your new name. I know who this is. I got you. Amber Baker was your former name. I appreciate it. He said, I don't pay attention to the chat. I listen to the show and respond to what I hear. That's a good way to do it, brother. Greg says, if you can't handle it, Zander will give you a milk bone. I was saying that to somebody, wasn't I? I was saying that to somebody. For real says, moving from PA was my biggest mistake. For reals, you're out there and I don't want to give away where you are, but no, you don't like it. You don't like where you're at? Chad Whitaker, thank you, man, for the super chats. You guys are showing love on the super chat. I do appreciate that. Come on, guys, let's support Big Z and Jacob. How many people are in the chat daily? How hard is it to hit the like button? I appreciate it. I don't like begging. I don't like begging for shit. All right. Lizzie B says leaving Philly was the best thing I ever done. Yeah, Bird Gang, I'm ready to leave PA. A lot of people are ready to leave PA. Hate the Commonwealth. Come on, Twiz, you don't hate the Commonwealth. Didn't realize how much swag and twinkle Jaylen Hurts had. Brian, did you get your jersey? You might not be home. I know you messaged me in the email. I'll get him. I saw him dirty. I'm getting him. Joe Whip says, I have been everywhere. I love this area. It is a good area. The good thing about this area is you got the big city. You're close to the shore. You have great suburban towns. If living in the city is not your thing, you're close to New York City. You're close to Maryland, Jersey. It is a good spot. In the Northeast, a lot of stuff happens in the Northeast. You might not like the Northeast, but if you're in business, okay, you will. The Northeast is a good spot to be. There's a lot of money flowing around in the Northeast, man. New York, Philly, it's a good area to be. Boston, Massachusetts, all sorts of stuff. So, good stuff. Devin Parker, I'm going to get to all the supers. Anybody saying you missed a super? Do I ever miss supers? All right, please. Do I ever miss supers? Please. Do I ever miss supers? Devin Parker says, asking for free stuff and can't hit a like button is sad. Zay, you need to put a minimum on likes before giveaway. It's a good idea, Devin. Now, I don't know if I'm doing a giveaway yet today. I'm not sold that I should be doing a giveaway for the people. You guys are going to get the giveaways eventually, so it doesn't change that. Maybe I'll give you guys give away one of these. One of the hats that nobody likes. A suede green hat. I like these hats. I think they're kind of cool. I kind of like it. All right. It's got the midnight green on the back. It's a snapback. This is all you get. When we're under 300 likes, this is what the people get. All right. I got two of them. I don't know. Part of me doesn't even want to waste money on shipping it if it's just a hat. Chad, thank you for this $25, bro. That was really cool. Flexing and stepping. He said, just be like A and mute us like the hoes y'all are. Flexing A is fighting via super chats. Explain what the likes do for JAKIB. One of the best things you can do to help us grow is like the show, because that signals to YouTube that you enjoy what you're watching. And when you tell YouTube you like what you're watching, YouTube takes that show and says if they like what they're watching, more people will like what they're watching. So they share it to other people. It's all algorithmic, all right? It's very simple the way it works, but likes really do help us. It's one of the most important metrics for YouTube in terms of pushing your content to other people is if 100 people watch a show and one person likes it, YouTube says, okay, 1% of people like this. If 50 people like it, they say 50% of people like it. That's a big percentage of people. Let's share it to more people, because at the end of the day, what does YouTube want? YouTube wants people to enjoy watching YouTube. YouTube wants people to enjoy the time they spend on YouTube. That's how they come back for more. So likes help us. They help a lot. So that's why we ask for them. Dirty D says, my girl just bought me a Kelly Green Saquon jersey. So stoked. But, man, that Carter jersey is calling my name. Also, love QB1 LFJ. Love it, Dirty D. Congrats on your new Kelly Green Saquon, man. Congrats on your new Kelly Green Saquon. Did I get all the supers? Here we go. Josh B, thank you. Common Big Z giveaway for a Saquon jersey. I need one still. There you go. That's a good one. I can do a Saquon, maybe. Ideal for transporting cocaine, Princess. Prince, I don't know what you're talking about. What's ideal for transporting cocaine? By the way, I do want to say something, and I didn't get enough info to, whenever something happens in the world that's got big impact or folks lose their life or something, I like to know what I'm about to say, you know what I mean, before I say something. So I didn't see a lot of this, but in my show prep this morning, I got up at 6:30. I was down here, show prep I had on NFL Network. I always watch NFL Network and stuff in the morning. And I went on Twitter and I saw that crazy, crazy plane crash. So definitely prayers up for anybody that lost their life in that. I don't know what the heck happened. I didn't read enough about it, like I said, to give you a well thought out response to it. The only thing I'll say is I'm praying for the people who lost their lives and for those who lost a loved one in that, for the families of those people. I hope it wasn't, I don't know. I didn't read anything. I hope it wasn't like a terrorism thing or anything like that. I don't know what happened. Dad says the plane crash was terrible. Yeah, awful. Slager says horrible situation. Military captor hit a plane coming for landing. Just brutal, man. Black Hawk hit a plane while it was landing. Tragic accident. Yeah, so I'll give you guys some inside scoop right here. My sister, my oldest sister who lives in Florida, and her husband both work for Lockheed Martin. Okay. My brother-in-law is top security clearance at Lockheed Martin. He can't say to anybody what he does at Lockheed Martin. Nobody, not his wife, nobody knows what he does for Lockheed Martin. But he's in security, obviously. So, my sister was texting us just because Lockheed Martin's obviously in that space, so they get a lot of the first updates. But definitely prayers for anybody that lost their lives, man. That's crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. And I read that there was the gymnastics team was on there with the flight. Was it a commercial flight? Was the American Airlines a commercial flight? Dude, that's crazy. I don't know when else something like this happened. I mean, how many times a year do you guys commercial travel on airplanes? I mean, it's like clockwork nowadays. It used to be a big deal. Now it's like you get on a flight, blah, 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 blah. You say sign of the cross when you take off, sign of the cross when you land. That's what I do, at least. And you get on with your day. A helicopter collides into a plane? Holy shit, man. That's got my stomach turning just thinking about it. James McBride, please and thank you for your support. James, thank you, bro. Thank you for your support. A lot more important than is that. TK says, under 300 likes, only do your legend giveaway. This is a legend right here saying this. But no, you're right. The legends are that's big support. Giveaways, we can't force the grays to support. JK, like I said before, we're here for more than giveaways. Shout out to you and J-Mac for providing great insight. TK, thank you, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. I do love the great people of JAKIB Nation. I say that all the time. You guys are really like my family. You guys are like my family, so I appreciate you. Yeah, sad. Maybe I shouldn't have brought that up, but I did want to say something to those people. All right, I had the Jerome Brown. Now here's the question. I was thinking of saving the Jerome Brown for Cilia. You think Cilia would wear this if the Eagles win the Super Bowl? The problem is I pay Cilia enough. I'd like to give back to the community. Cilia knows that. I'm like, Cilia, I love you, but I don't want to buy you a jersey. He's like, I get it. I'd rather buy the great people of JAKIB Nation a jersey. All right? I'll save that one. I'm not going to do that one today. All right, here's what I'm leaning. How many likes are we up to? 230. That is weak sauce. That is a weak sauce like. Joe Webb, Cilia can buy his own. Big Sills said he would wear it. Give it to Sills. Give that jersey to Sills. Some mixed reviews. Most want Sills to get it. I agree. Yeah, me and Devin had a funny-ass interaction yesterday. Devin, good to see you in here. See, Devin's my kind of guy. I ripped him the other day. He still hangs around. Appreciate you, Devin. I got his jersey all straightened out. I don't know if he likes it, but I got him one. He said, just ship that thing, man. I'm done dealing with it. Oh, my God. Who else? Our girl, Bird Gang Girl winner yesterday. Congrats, Bird Gang Girl. All right. Congrats, Bird Gang Girl. I got you your new size. All right. I got you your new size. So good stuff. I appreciate that. Devin says, tell the truth, Jay. I don't know what truth you speak of, Devin. All I know is, yes, I know. Bob, I know. The problem is finding 5X. Okay, Bob? Devin, I don't know what you're talking about. 30D says, USA and Russia's top figure skaters were on the plane. 64 people, no survivor. Is that, holy shit, 64 people, no survivors? So I guess it wasn't a commercial flight, 64 people. Top figure skaters. Brutal, man. That's a bad story. I'm going to be reading about that later on. Bug Sills, don't give him crap till he honors my bet. Mad Diaz says 100K flights a day and one collision in decades. Better odds than driving. Yep, no doubt about it. There you go. If I win Jerome Brown, it goes to Big Sills. I love that. We had, you guys remember, is Jeff Bone in here? The Bonehead? Is the Bonehead in here? Oh, it was commercial. Thank you, Reyes. 60 passenger plane. That's pretty small for a commercial airline, but you guys are all laughing. I shouldn't have said that. You guys are gonna be picking on Cilia now. Hey, they don't call him Big Sills for nothing. All right. Sills should get the QB1 jersey. Did I miss any supers? Nope, I got them all. All right, what should I do on giveaway? I'm kind of leaning toward TK Washington. I'm kind of leaning toward what TK Washington said, where I'll do a legend giveaway. I'll do a legend giveaway, and maybe if we get enough likes, I'll do a JAKIB merch giveaway. Where's by the way, Philly Birds and Beers, if you're listening, you got to go and DM me back. I can't ship it without your name. Okay. I need your name. Unfortunately, I can't ship it to Philly Birds and Beers. The post office will reject. Philly Birds and Beers. All right, here we go. I know, though. I know. What's a legend giveaway? Low Eagle says. So we have three tiers of membership on JAKIB. All right. No, see, look at Izzy B talking a big game. 3 tiers of JAKIB, though. Legend is our top tier, so it's basically just our top support. No, Izzy B. No, that's not how it works. Okay. Ask Jeff Bone, the Bonehead, how it worked when he shipped something to a house and didn't use the name of the person who lived at that house. Okay. It took him 2 weeks to get his jersey because the post office was sending it back and forth. Yes, it is. Oh, yeah. You got more experience than me, right? Right. I love when people tell me. Is this how Jaylen Hurts feels? Everybody telling Jaylen Hurts how to be a quarterback, and he's like, yo, shut the fuck up. I know how to be a quarterback. Oh, my God. Is that how Jaylen feels? I have to go to the ICU, so let's go. Joe Whip, this is not Joe Whip time, okay? This is not Joe Whip time. This is, you know what? I might sit here and stare at the screen for an hour and then give away something. All right? Only the strong survive. You know, that's the one thing I don't like about our giveaway time, okay? It's now become every day at this time, so people tune in just for the giveaway. I'm here. No, you weren't here for the show. I might start doing 9:42 on Birds 365, and we pick a winner. 8:28 in the morning. 3:43 on Cilio's show, and we do a giveaway. Got to tune in. If you're not there, you're done. Look at A. Hey, are you an opportunistic? See what I'm saying? Yeah, look at all these people. Oh, I've been here all show. There you have it. JB Eagle says, where are you watching the Super Bowl? Great question. Well, I will pray for that person, Joe Whip, but it's still not Joe Whip time. I'll pray for your friend though. I hope they're doing all right. So JB, you're going Chickies and Pete. Where are you going? The Chickies on Packer? Down by the stadium? That's a fun Chickies and Pete's. Michael Gilpin says some people work during the day. Yeah, me too, Michael. What does that mean? Oh, Yep, I know you are. I appreciate you, Yeppa. Legends of giveaways. Oh, you don't have to be present. Yeah, legends, you do not have to be present because you're a legend. Legend giveaway. Surprise giveaways. I like it. You know, having Prince back in the chat is great. Prince, I'm so pumped you're back in here before the Super Bowl. We missed you, bro. A lot of people were looking for Prince when you were gone. Prince has made a big impact. Zander, I love when you do the complaints voice. Yeah. You got to do it. See, look, here you go. Look, Devin. Look at Devin. Missed a bit of the show. I made it for Big Z time. Yeah, we might be changing up when we do giveaways. All right? We might be changing up. I might be changing some things around. I'm just here till I fall asleep. All right, here we go. I'm going to do – what should I do? Man in Black says, do them at the start. Nah, I can't do that because then I'm going to bog and John down. Let me bog and John down. Keep them guessing, Curtis says. That's the idea. Do the giveaway already. Oh, my God. The crying coming out of you this morning. Actually, the last 2 days has been rare form. Merch. All right, I'll do merch. All right, how about that? I'll do a Stout U hoodie. I'll do another Stout U hoodie for regular members. And I think I'll do a jersey for a legend. I think I'll do a jersey today for a legend. And I'll do a Stout U. I'll do a Stout U for the great people of JAKIB Nation, the members of JAKIB Nation. Jacob Hoodie still calling my name. All right, Patterns. I got you, bro. Brandon Howard, probably. Believe me, I got enough women in my life to know how that goes. Jersey for us elites. Man in Black, did you upgrade? Have you upgraded? Is that what you're insinuating? Stout U sweatshirt? All right, we'll go down there. Jesse, I got your email, by the way. Actually, did I think I responded, right? Dude, sometimes I blank on who I responded to or not. I got to always go back and I always try and respond to everybody. I really don't like leaving people hanging, but you know, I get DMs here on Twitter, on Instagram now, and the emails. But I will always get to you. You just got to give me some time. Oh, I replied. All right, bro. Thank you, man. I got your email. I sent your stuff over to Pat, so he should get you that shirt. Okay. Fly Eagles Fly. Hey, Prince, you know what kind of bird doesn't fly? A jailbird. Prince, don't take that bullshit. I'm glad to have you back, Prince. Do a winner custom so they get their name on the back. Not a bad idea, Wayne. Not a bad idea. All right, there we go. Philly Birds and Beers must be listening because I got his DM. Thank you, bro. I got it. Johnny Vegas, the mayor better get the spelling right when we win. He will. She will, I guess. I don't know. That kid, here's what I'll give credit to for that mayor. Okay. Here's what I'll give credit to. She turned that into kind of a net positive, didn't she? She kind of embraced it. They started selling ELG or whatever, however she spelled it, EGLSES or whatever she spelled. She spelled it like that, and she kind of made the most of it. I give her credit. That's a true politician right there. Yeah, true politician. That mayor, Brian Fleming. Brian, I got to start realizing if I'm gonna read Brian Fleming's comment, read it in the dome, read it in the head. Okay. Custom should go to a legend, definitely. ELGSE. Is that what it was? That is such a bad way to spell it, too. It's just, yeah, no doubt about that, Shady. No doubt about that. I'll be calling you Shady from now on. All right, I got everybody's super chat. All right, I'll do a Stout U hoodie. That's what I'm doing today. The custom jerseys I could do, but then I got to order them from Fanatics. Listen, I hate dealing with Fanatics, okay? The people that bitch about Fanatics, I understand now why they bitch about Fanatics. It's brutal. It's a brutal company. It really is. I will say James Jones got his Commander jersey, though, for all those who are wondering. Where's James Jones at? Is he in here? He got his Commander jersey. I didn't get a picture of him wearing it yet. I wanted to get that. KCA says it's a great. No, they just suck at shipping, KCA. They drive me crazy, dude. Same, a whole month to get my shit. Yeah, I don't know what goes on. I'm telling you, I did an order for one of our members. You guys remember when I did the Brandon Graham jersey giveaway? You guys remember I did the Brandon Graham jersey giveaway? By the way, we've had like almost 80 winners on JAKIB in the last. All right, that's pretty good. So for all the people crying, they say, hang tight. You'll get a win. You'll get a win. Dave Quest, I ordered your Stout U hoodie, by the way, or Dave Sports Quest. Niners all damn day. Is he in here? Yeah, Pile Driver. And I ordered a Brandon Graham jersey for Pile Driver. It didn't ship for like 3 weeks. Then they canceled. They just emailed me. We canceled your order. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean you canceled my order? And then I forgot about it. I just took care of him though with the Devontae Smith jersey. So, Pile Driver, I apologize for that delay, bro. I didn't mean that. That wasn't cool. But it was, and I appreciate your patience. But I was blaming Fanatics, which I shouldn't do. I don't like a cop out. You don't like an excuse in life, right? Yeah, Jesse G, I wish I waited. They probably would have had it on clearance. Gotcha, Dave. Appreciate it, man. Tony wants some JAKIB merch, too. There's James Jones. Zander, I get you the pick today. I got the jersey last night. Love it, bro. Thank you, man. I'm here for your lovely voice, Z. Thanks, Mesmerized. I appreciate you, brother. All right, I'm going to do a Stout U hoodie for the great people, and I'm going to do a legend jersey today, okay? So if you're not a legend and you want to upgrade, go for it. If you don't, doesn't bother me. I understand everybody's got the things that they're dealing with in life. Believe me, nobody understands that better than me. We all got shit. All right, we all got shit. Carter jersey, Bob. I think that's a legend giveaway for sure. Jalen Carter jersey. I agree with you on that for sure. All right, here's the membership link for those who are not a member, who might want to be a member. All right, we will do 233 likes. Is that what we have right now? Man, that is pitiful. That is really pitiful. 233 likes. Celia gets 233 likes in the first hour and change. I mean, come on, man. All right, here we go. I'm going Carter for the Legends. Bob Brown, good call. I'm going Carter for the Legends. The Carter jersey's sick. Yeah, I think I will, Bob. I'm going to use it probably next week. I might have to resize it up, Bob. I wanted to use it as the header for the channel. The header. I think it would be cool there. Anthony Stevens, is that an upgrade? Upgraded. Thank you, Anthony Stevens. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. Terrence, you are not a member. I do not see you being a member. All right? I do not see that as you being a member. They won't show me. It's the time frame along with Big Sills' presentation. He's the man. Big Sills is a really talented sports talker. Most people aren't willing to admit that because they don't like his takes, but he's a very talented sports talker. Brad Fleming, he's a fucking clown. Yo, Curtis, I saw your thing you sent me, man. That was Brian Fleming. You're going on a shit list. Curtis made me a giveaway thing. I might have to access that soon. Curtis, I'm going to check that out. I didn't look at it yet, so I can't do it for today's show, but I'm going to look at that when I get off here. Master Chief, is that an upgrade? There's an upgrade. All right, Jalen Carter is going to be the legend giveaway today. 98, baby. 98. Glad you liked it. Curtis, I just appreciate you spending some time on that, man. I appreciate you spending some time on that. That was cool of you. Philly Don, I did not check yet. I'm sorry, Philly Don. Philly Don, I will say they also don't show me. They just show me if you're a member. I don't see anything like they don't show me transactions and stuff like that. So Master Chief, our Halo, right? Our Halo guy. All right, I'm learning. You guys are teaching me. Master Chief upgrades. Thank you, Master Chief. That's really cool of you, brother. I appreciate that very much. We might be inching closer to 50 legends. That's pretty insane. So if you're a legend member, I can't thank you enough. And we had a couple legend winners. We've had Philly Don was a legend winner. TK Washington was a legend winner. Who else was a legend winner? Derek Elmore was a legend winner. Jay Ronamu was a legend winner. Dirty Air was a legend winner. Who else? Who else was a legend winner, I think, in here? I thought we had a couple more, but maybe not. That might be it. All right, I appreciate you guys. Now, if you're a legend and you already won a jersey, I will give you something, but can I give you JAKIB merch and give the jersey to someone else? I want to have as many new winners as I can. That's the idea. Like I told you, we've already had like north of 60 winners, which is insane, by the way. I mean, 60 people have won something from JAKIB. I think that's pretty good. I'm pretty proud of that. I try and give back to you guys as much as I can. I got a pretty, Prince was talking about taxes yesterday. Prince, I got about $5,000 worth of giveaways to write off on the taxes. That's what I've spent on all the giveaway stuff. So I can't thank you guys enough for all the support you give. It does mean a lot to me. So thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much. Let me pull the member list. We're doing the Jaylen Carter for the Legends. All right. Jaylen Carter for the Legends. Oh, right, Brandon. You won the Legend as well. So, Brandon, if your name gets pulled, I would do, you can pick a sweatshirt and a shirt like that. And I'll send the jersey I'll do another drawing for the jersey. Look at Josh B says, no, chat, that doesn't mean they're free. It just means he doesn't pay taxes on them. Correct, Josh B. It's amazing how many people don't know. They hear write-offs and like, oh, it's free. You hear people like, oh, I bought a car. Because I do that. I buy a car. If I need a big tax write-off, I'll go and buy a 6,000-pound car. If you know. 6,000 pounds, you get 50%. You can write off 50% of the car. If it's under 6,000 pounds, it's less. It's like 30. So, yeah, I take advantage of all that stuff. Got to have a good accountant. Man in Black, thank you, man. Man in Black's been on fire today. Big support. Man in Black, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Eagles fan 330 was gifted a membership. Eagles fan 330 was gifted a membership. Let me pull this member list. There's 330s on there already. Hey, you're already a member. Here we go. All right, I'm pulling the member list now. I'm going to keep you guys out of waiting. It's 10:45. I might start waiting until like 12 to do giveaways. I'm telling you, I got to switch it up. You guys are this has become too routine. Too routine. You know what, Q? That's a good idea. I'm going to do a family member list giveaway too. And you got good odds. I think there's only 20 of you guys, family members. Cue the God. Let's do this. I'll do a family member giveaway today of JAKIB merch. How's that? Miguel says, switch it up, Big Z. Might have to, bro. Might have to. I'm sensing snakes in the grass. You know, I got a good I normally have a good sense of when there's snakes in the garden. All right. I'm getting some of that senses. All right, I'm getting my spidey senses are tingling. Look, this is the type of guy that just starts coming. Troy says, "What? Stop it." Why? Because you show up at 10:05 every day waiting for the giveaway. We need a win. Elaine says, we need a win. Yes, Elaine, we're going to win. Don't worry. I feel really good about the Super Bowl. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I feel like we're just way better than we were in 22. I'm telling you, last night I do not get enough sleep, certainly at this time of the year. I don't really need sleep, but I like to think that I should get more. My whoop tells me I average 5 hours a night. I'm like, oh, that's not good, is it? All right. Last night I was ready to go up to bed. And I turned on NFL. I told you on the show. I turned on NFL Network. And they were playing the 22 Super Bowl. It was like the first quarter. I'm like, oh, man. Jaylen Hurts was on fire in that game, man. He was on fire on that game. But I sat and watched it. I look up at the clock. I'm like, 12:30. You got to be kidding me. Johnny Vegas becomes a member. JAKIB family. I love it. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Johnny, thanks for becoming a new member, brother. Here we go. There's our list. Let me add in Johnny Vegas. Johnny Vegas. All right, first we're doing Stout U hoodie. Then I'm going to do I'm still going to have 3 winners today. You guys still coerced me into 3 winners. You still coerced me into 3 winners. I'm going to do a legend giveaway for the jersey, and I'll do a Joe Whip, just got that. Thank you, man. That's cool of you. And I'll do a giveaway for the family members as well. All right. Giveaway for the family members as well. Holy shit, Man in Black. You're really showing out today, dude. That is really cool of you, bro. Man in Black dropped a bunch of super chats today. Now he's gifted a bunch of memberships. That's really dope, man. Ronald Brinson gifted a membership. What does that say? The Mom Mommy? The Mom Mommy? Interesting name. Thank you for being here. Andy Twainman. See, it's the same guys that get gifted. It's funny. King Ballmer. King Ballmer, thank you. And Orlando, I'll thank Man in Black for gifting you. And Orlando Lopez. All right, here we go. All right, here's our member list. If you became a member today, thank you so much. Kirsten Carter, it's you. Johnny Vegas, it's you. Thank you so much. And Nate the God, thank you. Terry Hayes is in here, one of our first legend members. Crank became a member yesterday. Master Chief upgraded today. All right, so big thanks to you guys for the support today. Now let me do members only mode on the chat so you guys can stop. No, that would be the opposite of the right idea, unfortunately. Devin, see, this is really driving me crazy. Everybody asks me how to upgrade, and I would tell you I know, because I do know. You should be able to click the link and then upgrade, or you should be able to click on JAKIB Sports' YouTube channel. It should show you that you're a member, and then you can click on like my perks, and there should be an upgrade there. But they're so weird with the iPhones. It's I don't know why Google and Apple hate each other. Well, I do know why. I get it, but I wish they would work a little bit more in coordination. Costing me money, costing me support. Haran, look at this. This is funny. Haran, appreciate you. You're not gonna be able to comment anymore because you're now on because I'm on members only mode now. But she says, or hey, or I don't know, hey or she, I'm not sure. Which story sounds better for viewership? Chiefs getting a three-peat and Travis proposing to Swift. He's not doing that. I don't know why people think he would do that. That would be the weirdest thing ever. Or Jaylen and Sirianni prove everybody wrong and Travis breaks up with Swift after the Super Bowl loss. I don't know. I think Jaylen. How about that? I think Jaylen. Maybe that's biased of me. He's not going to propose. Propose. Come on, it's football. I'm talking about a proposal to Taylor Swift. I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't marry Taylor Swift. I might piss some people off with that comment. I wouldn't propose to Taylor Swift. That's just me, though. All right? Yeah, Kirsten says, I'm having an issue with upgrading with an iPhone. Rather annoying. Very annoying, Kirsten. I apologize for that. 38. The fuck you wouldn't. I'd marry her. Hey, to each his own. Okay, to each his own. Not my type, not my style. Wouldn't go down that road. Okay? Wouldn't go down that road. All right, here we go. I'm doing a Stout U hoodie first. Yeah. Ugh, I'm kind of with you. Confirm. All right, 413 members. Man in Black, thank you, bro. Thank you, Blood, for you gave a lot of support today. I just want to thank you for sure, man. You gave a couple super chats at least. I think you gave 2 or 3. So thank you so much for those and your gifting of memberships. That was cool. Thank you, bro. Kenny Sprague checks in. Funny how people say KC is technically 17-1, but no one talks about how we're 2 drop passes away from being 19-1. Kenny, Kenny, I love you. That is some bullshit logic, dude. Kenny, what are you talking about? They're 17-1. Why do people remove their second loss, Kenny? Why do people remove their second loss? Because Travis Kelce dropped the ball or because Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, and all their other starters were on the sideline? That is not the same thing at all. It's actually an awful comparison. It's an awful comparison. We lost 2 games with starters playing because those starters made mistakes. Could we have won 19-1? Sure. That is not the same as saying the Chiefs are 17-1. It's a stupid comment. Kenny, I love you. It's a stupid comment. Terry Hayes, 12 months. The content just keeps getting better and better. Keep up the good work, Big Z. My wife's going to upgrade to a legend soon. She has the show on every morning when I get home from work. P.S. She's a Chiefs fan. Wow, that's really cool. Terry, how do you do it if your wife is listening? Is there friction in the household this week? Is there any friction in the household this week, Terry? Thank you for your support, man. It means a lot to me. You're one of our legend members, one of our first legend members, and you've stuck on. So thank you so much, brother. All right, let's do this. 1 shuffle, 2 shuffles, 3 shuffles. Start. This is for a Stout U hoodie for all of the legend or for all of our members. All right. Stout U hoodie. And no, I would not marry Taylor Swift. Don't care what you say. Philly Sports Rap. Philly Sports Rap, are you here? 10:51. Keith, I got to keep these people guessing. Could be 10:10, could be 10:50, could be 11:44. Could be 1:15. Next. That's a wrap. That's a good one. Wait, Abe, did you send me one? Abe, I might have gotten lost in the sauce and missed that one because you sent me a bunch. Abe, resend that to me if you have that, will you? Kenny follows up. Is Philly Sports Rap here, by the way? You guys let me know, all right? You guys let me know if he's here. If not, I'll opt him out. Kenny follows up and says, you totally mistook what I was saying, bro. Just saying how many one-score games they won, and we made a couple of mistakes in the one-score games, but we learned from them. Yeah, coulda, woulda, shoulda, my dude. They didn't make mistakes in their one-score games, and they won. We made mistakes in one-score games, and we lost. I don't think I mistook what you were saying. I'm telling you that is not a good leg to stand on. In fact, that might be a bigger credit to the Chiefs. Get him out of here, Man in Black says. Man in Black, thank you, bro. All right, rap is done. Kenny says, why so aggressive today? Kenny, I've been on tilt. I think it's the 5-hour sleeps every night. I've been on tilt. Heck yeah, I just got a great email. I love it. You guys send me great emails. Some of you guys write me actual novels. Like I have to carve out time to read them. I love it though. I read them all. I promise. I do read them all, but I'm a busy guy right now, which is a good thing. I like being busy. Zander at JAKIB Media is my email. You guys can email me if you want. Zander at JAKIB Media. Yeah, browser. Browser seems to be the easiest for upgrading if that's something you want to do. All right, we'll do another pull for the Stout U hoodie today. All right, Stout U hoodie today. Did I miss a super chat? Someone said no. I get him out of here. Can't upgrade membership. Not allowing me to. Walmart is lit. Says Walmart. Try your computer, man. If I don't know. This is something I wish I had an easier answer for. I mean, I can share the link to become. I've had this one song stuck in my head for like 4 days. It's weird. I don't listen to a lot of music anymore because I work so much. But sometimes I listen to music and then it gets stuck in my head for 4 days. Literally the same line in my head for 4 days now. I'm like, but I love the line. I got to be honest. What happened to my tab? I got it. All right, here we go. Stout U hoodie. You've proved to me you read them all. Most of mine come post-show. Amber, I always read your comments. You know, I like the way Amber comments because you can tell it's just there's like 10 of them in a row, and you can tell he comments them whenever he hears something he wants to comment on. Amber, I always read your comments. You can always count on me reading. I can't read every live chat on the live shows, but I do read every comment on the channel. I don't answer every comment on the channel. That would be a full-time job, but it just takes you to the media page. Can't upgrade. Jesse G, I have no clue. I'm sorry. I got no clue. If it's not working on a computer either, yeah, I got nothing. Unfortunately, believe me, as much as I would like to fix the problem, we would have 5 new legend members if I could fix it. I am Sofa King today. All right, you off work, Michael? Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you spending your time with me. I appreciate you spending your time with me. Z is not IT. No. I'm good with so I view computers as, remember I was grilling Akbar on computers? There's like 4 tiers of computers, I think. Or this is what I in my head. The bottom tier is like box of rocks. Like you have no idea what to do. You don't know how to like open a message on your iPhone. You're dumb with computers. Then there's like semi-competent, probably most 50 to 60-year-olds are semi-competent. Then there's like good. Then there's good. I'm good. I know what I'm doing. I know how to do everything. I know how to find stuff. I don't have a problem searching anything. And then there's like excellent people that are like just tech wizards, know how to, everything goes. Yeah, I'm not that. Dirty Air is my tech wizard. He was helping me out with my setup. All right, here we go. Confirm. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. 4 shuffles. 5 shuffles. 6 shuffles. Start. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tim Hoffman. Yeah, then you got hackers on top. Tim Hoffman. Come on, Tim. I went 6 shuffles. The cursed 6 shuffle. I don't know why I did that. Tim, are you out there? Tim, are you out there? I don't see Tim. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. 59 shuffles for Super Bowl 59. Chester, not a bad idea. We'll be here all day. We'll be here all day. Maybe I go to the Green Kango. We need a winner. It's already 11 o'clock. Which one was Akbar? You know, I guess you've never seen. You said never seen him on the post-game show? You never seen him on the post-game show, Prince? Feel like I have to cancel and rejoin. If you do, that works fine. No, that works fine. All right, Tim's done. Tim is done. If you cancel and rejoin, it still recognizes how long you've been a member. It still recognizes how long you've been a member. All right. You guys just can't stop crying to each other. Start. Let's go. I need to go quicker so the chat stops going down into 1 shuffle, 2 shuffles, 3 shuffles, 4 shuffles, 5 shuffles. Start. 4, 3, 2, 1. Akbar Divine. He already won a Stout U hoodie, so he can't win. He can't win this. I already sent him a bunch of JAKIB merch. Akbar Divine. Remember, Akbar's name wasn't pulled. So for those who are going to say, it's not. Remember, Akbar won when I chose a winner. Akbar was never pulled in the name. No. Wrong, Gilpin. Wrong. Keith. Wrong. I chose Akbar, but he's not in here, so he's done right now. Jesse G, is that an upgrade? Jesse G, thank you for upgrading to a legend member. Huh? Oh, the levels of membership? I think he's just a regular member. JAKIB Fan. JAKIB Fan is the lowest. Then there's Family, and then there's Legend. Look at Izzy. Fake. Izzy's on my shit list. She's never winning. If Izzy wins, I'm going to do a redraw. Sorry, Izzy. No wins for you. No wins for you. No, I'm just kidding. You're a legend member. I appreciate you. Here we go. All right, Stout U hoodie. Why can't y'all be? Nobody's happy. I think I've done too many giveaways. The people aren't grateful anymore. They're angry at me. They're angry at me. 1 shuffle. Oh, wait. Do I need to add somebody? No, I'm good, right? No. Jesse G, thank you for upgrading, though. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. 4 shuffles. JB Eagles, I will search you real quick. Nope. Wrong spot. Let me go over here. JB. There you are, brother. You're still in here. See it? You're good. The chat is entitled, Josh B says. I agree. JB, got you, bro. Somebody wants no shuffles. Cue the God. When you launch a Cue the God time, then you can do no shuffles. I'm going unlimited shuffles right now. How many shuffles should we do? There's like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Start. We're shuffling the deck. 3, 2, 1. Matthew Mazzoni. Didn't this guy win yesterday? Oh, my God. I can't escape the allegations. I can't escape them. Is he here? Is he here? Bullshit. Bullshit, Z. Keith, I'm about to gift you something, so your ass shit. You're like my new suplex. You're like my new suplex. Look, where's Suplex? Suplex 1, where is he? Remember, he used to be in here every Zander time, crying about rigged, cousin, rigged, blah, blah. Look, he won a jersey. He's gone. He's gone. He doesn't even show up anymore. He might not even watch the shows anymore. He's gone. Keith, you've taken his role. You have taken on his role. Get him out of here. All right, he's done. He's done. Next. No, obviously, I know he is. I'm still messing with him. He sent me a nice note after he got his jersey. Come back from a meeting and we still on Zander time. Dunner, we haven't even given one thing away yet. We've been on for an hour and 5 minutes of Zander time. We haven't given away one thing yet. Oh my God. I like it because I'm making you guys wait. Look at Master Chief. Let's roll. Shh. I'm just gonna start hitting you guys with shh. Izzy B. Master Chief. Shh. All right, here we go. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. Jalen Carter for a legend later. This is for a stout you. 1, 9, 5, 6 Eagles. 9, 5, 6 Eagles. Are you out there? James M. Is that an upgrade? Yes. Welcome to JAKIB Legend. Thank you, sir. 9, 5, 6. Is he here? What does this mean? Wayne the Pain says Zander the Milkman. Yo, Wayne, what the hell does that mean? What the hell does that mean? This is why we do must be present. Where's Pumper? Is he in the chat? Can someone... Brian, did you get your jersey? You should have gotten your jersey by now. I know I was late because I was out of Saquon's. Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, I'm milking it. All right. I thought you were talking about white chicks because I know people love to call white chicks milk. That's pretty funny. I get a kick out of that. I get a kick out of that. There's a social media post will be going around. Someone's like, "That's some good milk." I'm like, "What?" It's hilarious. Hilarious. All right, 956, you're done. You're done. Yeah, Abe says snow bunny. Yeah, that's what they call them, I guess. Start. Wait. I think I got a new member. Zander the Milkman. Kind of funny. Gilpin says, I'm never here for these, bro. Come on. Yo, Michael. Either chill out or get out. All right? Either chill out or get out. Chill out or get out. Okay? There's going to be 3 winners today, whether you have the patience for it or not. Sarah Jade just got gifted a membership. Sarah Jade. Now that sounds like a... Sarah Jade, are you in here? That sounds like a catfish. Where is James M on this list? Yes, he is. Thank you for upgrading to JAKIB Legend, brother. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Anybody else became a member? No. All right, I got the new member added. I was born a winner. You and me both. You and me both, Wayne. Winners win. Winners win. Chasen becomes a new member. Chasen, thank you. That's a new member. Let's add him up. Thank you, Chasen. And Michael Gilpin, who I just roasted. I am Sofa King. We Todd did. I don't know what we Todd did means, but appreciate it. Appreciate the 2. Appreciate the 2 beans. Wilfredo, I'm kind of rooting for a W for you too. I'm rooting for a Wilfredo W. You know, Wilfredo is one of our great supporters. He's been here for years, and he's patient, and he is kind and sincere. Some of you guys are cesspots. Losers cry 24/7. Boy, if that ain't the truth. Boy, if that ain't the truth. This might be a record. Still haven't even gotten our first giveaway yet. And it's 11:09. Ryan, I am so far from that, you don't even understand. Kenny Sprague, I'd spend my time in Zander's dairy shop. All right, I like it. First, I want to launch the Cilio-ized edible. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. What's the Sills moment? This is not a Sills moment. That's not English. I am Sofa King. We Todd did. I can read. Y'all are tripping. King Ballmer just got gifted a membership, and he's in here talking big. He's talking big. I need a jersey. Yeah, we all need a jersey. How many shuffles should we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go 7. Let's go. 7's Kenny Pickett. Who's number 8 on the Eagles? CJ. I'll go 8 for CJ Gardner-Johnson. Who's number 9? Nick Foles. Let's go 9 for Nick Foles. All right, we're going to get a winner now. 6, 5, 4, 3. Edward L. Edward L. Oh, I got you. This dumbass. We Todd did. Oh, that's so funny. Oh my God, that's the funniest thing ever. Maybe if I was in like 3rd grade. Gilpin. Fucking wasn't funny at all. That wasn't funny at all. Edward L. Edward L. Michael Gilpin. Oh, you're crying now. Bah, bah, bah. Gilpin, sit down and shut up and enjoy the show. Okay? Double time. Let's go. We're going to be here till noon at minimum. We're going to be here till noon at minimum. This guy sent me $7 to tell me we Todd did. Nice. That's real funny. Good night. You guys got to upgrade your sense of humor. Holy shit. Ryan, you love my voices, dork. That's why you're here every day. That's why you're here every day. All right, let's go. I'm done with you guys. James M., thank you for the truthful comment. He says, can't lie, Z, it was definitely funny from our side. All right, that's fun. Well, your wee Todd did. Nope, that's not where I shuffle. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. 4 shuffles. 5 shuffles for McNabb. That means we're going to lose the Super Bowl. 4, 3, 2, 1. London Eagle. I'm going to go with the green Kanga in a second. Oh, my God. Is this guy here? He's on London time. Yeah, he's not fucking in here. Next. What time is it in London right now? London has fallen. Don't jinx us, Zander. Wayne, I can't jinx. I don't have that power. I promise you. I don't have that power. I don't have the power to jinx. Let's go, Kango. I brought out the old black Jacob hat today. I'm getting texts, phone calls. Let me mute myself real quick. Take this real quick. All right, here we go. Is London Eagle here? No, he's not. All right, goodbye, London. Goodbye, London. Abe, what are you on? The milk is getting warm. I don't care about no milk. No, it wasn't Bob Lang. No, I don't get in trouble, Bombay. I'm the boss of my own life. 1 shuffle, 2 shuffles, 3 shuffles. All right? So back to 3 shuffles. Start with the green hat. With the green hat. 3, 2, 1. Nick not home. What are the chances Nick not home is home? No way. No. Nick not home. Are you here? Nick not home is now Nick not here. Look at how mad you guys are. Look at how mad all you guys are. Hit that like button. Yeah, have we even gotten to 300 likes yet? I'm about to scrap all the giveaways together and make you guys have had to sit through an hour and a half of Zander time with not one damn giveaway. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. This is hilarious. Kirsten, you and me both. All right, here we go. Nick not home. Nick not home is done. Nick just told me he's not home. We can't even get a Stout U hoodie winner. 1 shuffle, 2 shuffles, 3 shuffles. Yo, King Bomber, this ain't Bomber time. Shut up. Did I do 3 already? I did 3 already. Come on. I need a winner. Celia's got a great show today. Marcus Hayes and Howard Eskin. 2, 1. Paul Herbochan. Herbochan, or whatever you pronounce that. Do 6 for Smitty. That's a good one, James M. I'll do that. Hit the gong. Not to be confused with the bong. Sue keeps saying OMG. I don't know why. Next. Get him out of here. Rapid fire. Next. Oh, man. Howard Eskin will speak today on the National Football Show. Let's go. Love him or hate him, everybody wants to hear from him. All right? Paul, you're done. Start. 1 shuffle, 2 shuffles, 3 shuffles, 4 shuffles, 5 shuffles, 6 shuffles for Smitty. Start. Who else is upgrading to a legend member? 4, 3, 2. C-Note Croft. That's not going to be a winner. Yo, we can't get 1 winner. Maybe, you know what it is? Prince and Flexen. I think it's God. I think he's telling me you guys were right. I shouldn't have done a giveaway today. The people weren't doing it for me. No likes. Brian Waddington says, come on, Z, you suck at this. You're right, Prince. When in doubt, listen to Prince. The guy knows what he's doing. The guy knows what he's talking about. 258. Pitiful. 328 still watching. Watching me string you all along. Here we go. What does names only mean, Joe? I don't even know what that means. Start. I'm about to scrap this. This is what I'm about to do. I'm about 3 pulls away from scrapping it. I'll do my legend giveaway. That's it. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. Or I'll pick a name. And Keith, if I pick a name, I might be picking you. So you quit. So you shut the hell up. Start. 7, 6, 4, 3, 2. James Carver. Wait, this is crazy. He's not going to be here. I ordered James Carver a huge care package, like literally 2 days ago. I love this winner. He deserves a jersey. He really does. You guys, most of you should probably know James Carver. If you don't know James Carver, then you probably haven't been here very long. Probably haven't been here. I'm going to go back. You know what hat I'm going to go to? Actually, let's go with this. Let's go with this Eagles hat. Let's go with this Eagles hat. How's that? I just sent Carver a humongous JAKIB care package a couple days ago. I have a list of people I'm trying to get to, and I'm going one and I'm checking them off the list. Abe is my next. I owe Abe. I told him that. Abe, I bought this a while ago. This wasn't a giveaway hat. Wait, you guys want to see? I told you I give away everything, and I'm not keeping anything. The only thing I'm holding on to right now is my Eagles. Is the jacket, and the only other thing I kept from all of our giveaways, not one jersey, nothing else. I kept this. I had 3 of these, and I gave the 2 other ones away. I kept this one because I like it. You can see I still got the tag on it in case I want to give it away. I kept this one for Big Z because I like beanies. I like beanies. I just kept a beanie for me. All right? I kept a beanie for me. Brian said, I got a work call at 1. At this point, I'll probably reschedule. Yeah, you might. Might have to, bro. Yeah, I know, Lucius. You're on my list. I got you, brother. I got a lot of people I owe. I make too many promises, I think. I fulfill them all. I just need time. All right, I've had 70 or 80 giveaways winners on JAKIB. All right. I got you, Lucius. I got you, brother. All right, let's go to a new winner. Carver's good. Carver's the type of guy that likes really nice merch. All right. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. Was that 4? It might have been 4. Start. Walmart says start working. 3, 2, 1. Daddy. Daddy. I don't want to say it because I get a pause. I get a pause left and right. The merch is fire. James M., you want it? I'm about to just pick somebody for this stout hoodies. I'm about to just pick somebody for a stout hoodie. The wheel is racist. It might be. You never know. No, I've had plenty of winners of all different races, colors, religions, and creeds. And Jen, we got our first woman winner yesterday. Shout out to Bird Gang Girl in the chat. We got to get a couple more girl winners though. You guys are taking over all the giveaways. It's racist against race only. All right. That's true. Catherine might be my pick. If I got 3 more drawings and I don't get a winner, I might be picking Catherine. Forget you, Keith. Too much complaining from you. Catherine doesn't complain. Holy, Kayla. Kayla, it's my birthday. Pick me. Are you a female or are you on your wife's account? A lot of people message me. They're like, I'm not a female. I'm on my wife's account. I don't know how to use YouTube. I'm like, that's fine. All right. Pick me. Love stout you. Wayne the pain. Catherine needs a wrench. She's the voice to read. I tried to dub her the mom of the chat. And she said, I can't do this. I can't be the mom of this chaos. I don't blame her. Pick Izzy so she can win something. Man, Izzy's not getting picked for years. Man in Black, $2 again. Kayla says, I'm a female. I love it. I'm leaning Catherine. Catherine's my leader in the clubhouse if we don't get a winner in 2 or 3 drawings. Over Keith. She jumped Keith for the leader in the clubhouse. And Wilfredo is in there as well. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. Ryan, correct. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Billy, bam, 4, 4, 4. That doesn't sound like a winner, does it, folks? Sue, I can't skip Sue. Sue's got to be top of the list too. You're right. Sue is our longest standing female that's been out in the open. You're right. That was an egregious miss by me. Sue, I apologize. Look at Sue. She put the eye. She's like, I'm not feeling the love right now. Sue is not feeling the love. Sue, I'm sorry. You are the queen of the chat, Sue. Sorry, Izzy and Catherine and Kayla and Diane. You're gonna have to ask Sue. All right. Kirsten. Give it to Sue. Time to go. Hey, Joe, nobody's begging you to be here, bro. Nobody's begging you to be here. All right, we're picking a new winner again. One more pick, and this thing might be going to one of the people in the chat. And then I get yelled at for who I picked. 1 shuffle, 2 shuffles, 3 shuffles. Please give me a winner. This stupid thing. Curtis, I might need your thing up. 3, 2, 1. Bird Gang girl. I'll take it. I will take it. She won yesterday and she wins again today. A repeat winner. Bird Gang girl, you can do 2 things. Here's your options. Here's your options. Here's your options. You can opt to give it to one of your fellow ladies in the chat. All right. Or you can take it and I'll send you a Stout U hoodie. This is a bunch of horse hockey. She is a real one. Bird Gang girl's a real one. Look, I got her jersey over here. Where's she at? She needed a medium. I got her a medium Saquon. Horse hockey's funny. Bird Gang girl will have the option. She can. I'm going to take it. Any other time, I'll give it out. All right, she wants it. All right, Bird Gang girl, I'll message you. I think I already know most of your info, so I'll order you that. All right, I'll just get your size for the JAKIB sweatshirt. All right, next winner. Good night. I am done with that. Holy shit. Holy shit. All right, what are we doing now? Legend winner for the Carter jersey? No, let's do the family winner first. JAKIB family winner. All right, y'all are done. That was stressful. Simping, I don't simp, bro. Believe me when I tell you I don't fucking simp. I hate that shit. I'm the leader of my own life, the leader of my own domain. Yes, Bob, I am sick of Zander time today. Zander time is a blessing and a curse. Yes, legends should be in the family drawing too. They should. Oh my God, I'm tired. Excuse me. Yeah, Izzy bought a Stout You hoodie, so I give her credit. So you guys are hating on Izzy. I actually got some love for Izzy because she bought a Stout You hoodie. Oh my God, Man in Black gives 5 more memberships. Man in Black, are you trying to coerce me into another giveaway? Is that what you're trying to do? I need me some JAKIB merch. Prince, so true. We've had 2 people. There's been 2 moments where I've had giveaways and I offer the person to give it to somebody else. I think, I don't know, maybe I give away the giving spirit. I offer it to people to also give it away because I would do something nice for them if they did. It was Jeff Bone, the Bonehead, for the Jerome Brown jersey. He said, "Fuck you, Sills. Give me that Jerome Brown jersey." And then Bird Gang Girl said, "I'm out. I want the sweatshirt. I'm not giving you that shit." That's funny. That is funny. That is funny. All right, here we go. I got to pull. Who am I pulling? Who am I pulling? No, I'm going to do, this is going to be just family, all right? Because it's JAKIB merch, and it's going to be a sweatshirt, and bro, I'm like seeing doubles right now. I'm literally seeing doubles on my computer screen. I'm seeing doubles. JAKIB family, how many of them are there? 17. 17 of you. All right? That might be the best odds yet. That's bro, this stupid computer is just ridiculous. Why does Apple make these new updates that just mess up the whole computer? It drives me literally bonkers. Stop. You guys are seeing my technical issues. All right, here we go. I'm importing the family list. Johnny Vegas, Nugget, Mike. Same thing with this. You won't have to be present for this one. All right, Mike Berghorst, Texas T 76. I like that one. Zach Lambert, Joey D. Why everybody loves using that letter? Eagles all day. 215. Chief Keese. Philly 2 Chicago. Let me add this up. Family includes legends. You guys think I should include the legends? I wanted to do something for the family people. Family's the middle tier. Of course, you guys all want family. Philly 2 Chicago. No, this is a family giveaway. I'm doing a legend. I got so much more planned for legends, all right? If you're a legend, I'm going to take care of you eventually, okay? Just hang tight. Hang tight with me. Bombay Trippy. Christopher Darker. I love Christopher Darker, but he doesn't. Sometimes his super chats drive me crazy. Love you, Darker. The Real Zeal. Thank you, Zeal. Norman Payne. Mac Main. I didn't realize you were a family member. Thank you, bro. Joel Peguero. Abe, I think I knew you were a family member. Abe, thank you, bro. That's it. 17 names. Family only. I'm doing family only. I want to do something for these guys. 1 shuffle, 2 shuffles, 3 shuffles. All right, here we go. This is for a Stout You hoodie or whatever hoodie you want from JAKIB, okay? Just a family giveaway here. 17 names. We should get a winner quick. 3, 2, 1. Nugget. Nugget, are you in here? Nugget was here earlier. I think Nugget signed up a couple days ago. Prince, I thought you were a family too, but you're not showing up. Let me look. Prince, you're not on the family, I think. I thought you were, but you're not showing up. Current level, family, apply. No. No. Is Nugget in here? Prince, I could have swore you were a family member. All right. Nugget's gone, but I got him on I'm not doing must be present for the legend winner and the family winner. So let me just message this guy real quick. Just tell me one. I think he's Nugget. You keep changing your name on me. A little Nug is gone. I like that comment. All right, now I got to manually type in the legend member. It won't, I don't know why it doesn't let me download a list of the legends like it does the whole members, but whatever. Here we go. 48 legends we're up to. Holy shit. That is wild. Bro, that is wild. Wait, I got an idea. That is wild. 48 legends. You guys are epic. That is major love. All right, now how do I do? That's a pain in the ass. YouTube is a pain in my ass with this. All right, here we go. What is going on? Nothing is working. What is going on? Bro. No, it's not that much, Twiz. Trust me. YouTube takes a big ass percent. Legend giveaways. 48 legend members is sick. I can't thank you guys enough for that. That is dope. All right. You won't have to be here to win for the legend. All right. So anyone that's a legend, we appreciate it. All right. We appreciate it. And this is for a Jaylen Carter jersey. All right. Jaylen Carter, which is sick. I know many want Jaylen Carter. Hopefully the size is good. This is a large, but boy, Jaylen Carters are tough to come by. They are tough to come by. They are very tough to come by. Mad Dio. Bro. I'm getting agitated right now. Why is nothing working? Somebody with some tech support. Get your ass over here. Holy shit. We need LIX Legends by Super Bowl 59. On my way. Good. I'll see you soon. Bro, what is going on? All right, give me a second. Another second. It's already 11:38 for crying out loud. What's another couple of minutes? Just ridiculous. Oh, my God. Did Prince upgrade? Kirsten, I'm struggling. I got work to do. I was supposed to have a call at 11:30. That was the person who called me. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm not ready for you, bro. I'll call you when I'm ready. All right? I call you when I'm ready. No, you're Dunner. I don't know who Nugget is. I got a problem. I don't know who Nugget is. Let me know when you see him in the chat. This is insane, dude. I can't even export these legends. It won't show me the list. Jesse G, 94. I know he became a legend. Anthony Stevens upgraded today. Terry Hayes, been a legend for a while. James M. Thank you, James M. Master Chief 117. Thank you, Master Chief. Izzy B. Thank you, Izzy B, for your support. I do appreciate it, even though I mess with you. Lucius, the show. Thank you, Lucius. Man in Black. Thank you, brother. That's really cool of you. You're a great freaking supporter. Thank you, man. Means a lot. Seth Shifley, Matt NG. All right. Schmidt Digler. JT Philly. David Ash, who wants a Tesla Cybertruck to give away. If I get rich enough, I will do that for you guys. I cannot do that now. I am not there yet. I'm trying to get into Prince's League. Chad Whitaker. Thank you, Chad. Appreciate your support and your super chat today, brother. Howard Nolte. Kenny Sprague. Thank you, Kenny. Marcus Padilla. Philly Birds and Beers. Wait, Philly Birds and Beers? I didn't even realize he was a legend. Clary Voy and Chris Albright. I have to manually click each name right now because YouTube's not working. That's why it's taking me forever. TK Washington, 9-2. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. 83 Rainy Boy, Chip Snyder. It's like YouTube should just give me a list of these people. SB Ricky and William Stark. Damn, this is crazy, man. You guys are 48 Legends is really good. Caesar Campos. Caesar, I got your email. Thank you, man. Cool email. I will read it when I'm done. Chris A.M. Josh B. Josh B., thanks for all your support. Appreciate that. Crowley Tyler. Tyler Braswell. Vulnerable Vitality. CT Philly fan. Holy shit, this is taking me forever. Dirty Air. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you. Big C. Appreciate you, Big C. John Glisson. Thank you, man. Appreciate your support. Brandon Howard. Thank you, bro. CZ. Philly Don. Thank you, Philly Don. Derek Elmore. All right, if you already won a jersey, there's a couple winners that have already won jerseys. If you already won a jersey in the Legend giveaway, I will give you some JAKIB merch, but I'm going to give the jersey to another Legend member. I want to get as many people with the jersey as possible, if you guys are good with that. Well, unfortunately, that's what I'm going to do. I'm sorry if you're not good with it. Bob Brown. And Jay Ronamu, right? Yep. All right. 48 Legends is sick. He says, I want another one. Well, TK, we'll work it out. Troy, I got the hats that not everybody likes. Where are they? Do I have any other hats? No, I have the beanie I kept for myself if you really wanted it. I use Chrome. All right, here we go. All right, we got our legend giveaway. Still 300 people watching. That's crazy. Zander, I wanted Carter. Ron took Forbes. Yeah, Emmanuel Forbes is trash. Man in Black, thank you, bro. 5 gifteds. The hoodie in my profile pic is custom made. I can't see that, bro. I can't see that. Man in Black, appreciate you, bro. All right, that was annoying. James M, appreciate it. Appreciate it. I saw it, Mad D. I did not read it yet, brother. That was a novel to the fullest extent of novels. Mad D, that might have been the longest DM I've ever gotten. It might take me 3 business days to read that email. This is the graveyard shift. William, thank you. Likes at 270. We got closer. There we go. Here we go. Here's the legends. All right, here's the full 48 legend members. All right, Philly Don, Derek Elmore, Dirty D, Bob Brown, Ronimu, CZ, Brandon Howard, John Glisson, Big C, Dirty Air, CT Philly, Vulnerable Vitality, Tyler Braswell, Crowley, Josh B, Chris AM, Cesar Campos, William Stark, SB Ricky, Chip Snyder, 83 Rainy Boy, TK Washington, Chris Albright, Clary Boyd, Birds and Beers, Marcus Padilla, Kenny Sprague, Howard Nolte, Chad Whitaker, Mad Bird, Jay Parker, Macalia, David Esch, JT Philly, Schmidt Digler, Matt NJ, Seth Shifley, Man in Black, Lucius, Izzy B, Master Chief, James M, Terry Hayes, Anthony Stevens, Jesse G, Matt Dio, Brian Fleming, and Jason 18. Thank you all. James M, thank you, bro. Appreciate you upgrading to the legend today and for your super chats and for your support. Flexion, you would have a field day with some of the emails I get. They are hilarious. Here we go. Here's the legend giveaway. You do not have to be present. Darth, are you? Wait. You're not a legend, are you? 2, 1. SB Ricky. Darth, you're not a legend. SB Ricky, are you here? I think SB Ricky was here, wasn't he? No, you don't got to be present for this, Flex. Do not have to be present for this. Thank you, James M. again, man. Let's see what this clown James Jones looks like in his new jersey. Look at James Jones. This is great. Darth Vader, are you a legend? Why are you not showing up on my legend on my YouTube? All right, well, Brandon, if you're pretty sure, that's one thing. If you're 100% positive, that's another thing. No, that's not a logo. No, he's not. Nah, we're not redrawing. SB Ricky's the winner. I told you guys, you don't have to be present. If you're spending $25 a month to be a member on JAKIB, you don't have to be present to be here. All right, the support from the membership is enough. Congrats to SB Ricky, who won the first Jalen Carter jersey giveaway. Okay, I thought SB Ricky was in here. Was he not? Man in Black, thank you for your support, man. You were great today as always, but I do appreciate you, Brandon. Out in Iowa, right? I think that's where you were. No, it's not, Brandon Howard. Jumping the gun on me, bro. Jumping the gun on me. SMH. Congrats to SB Ricky. All right? I was hoping he would be in here, but he's not. We finally went under 300 people watching, which is hilarious. All right, big thanks to everybody again. Zander time took a lot out of me today. All right, I got to go back to the drawing board. Figure out something. Catherine, thank you for your support. Catherine, Bob Brown, James M. Thank you guys for being legends. TK Washington, appreciate you, bro. Matt Dio, thank you, man. Read those emails. Yeah, it might take me another couple hours. Might take me another couple hours. It depends how long they are. Depends how, if they're Mad Dio length. If they're Mad Dio length, I'll be here all day. Kayla, thank you. Have a good rest of your day as well. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll be on the Sill show. I don't know what time I'll be on, though, because he's got 3:30. He's got a guest, and 4:30 he's got a guest. So I might be in the 5 o'clock hour. We'll see. All right, appreciate everybody. See you next time.
You've been listening to Birds 365, the destination for the passionate Eagles football fan who bleeds green. If it's Eagles football, we're talking about it. Debate, inside the locker room, and guests that are some of the greatest football minds from around the region. We hope you enjoyed the show. We know we had a blast. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll be back soon. But in the meantime, hook up with us on social media at JAKIB Sports. See you next time on Birds 365.